Good evening, folks. Welcome back home to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville, for another installment of the Highway 79 rivalry, the Jacksonville Fightin Indians and the Palestine Wildcats in Week 2. Aaron Swink, Todd Travis, our producer Ryan Travis, and of course, down on the field, the man in the hat, Matt Montgomery, with you here on jhs-sports.com and across all of our social media and online platforms. We're glad you're joining us however and wherever you may be listening to Fightin Indian football tonight. And Matt Montgomery, one of the oldest rivalries on the docket for Jacksonville and Palestine, always a lot of fun.
They always when they get together, it's there's a lot of relationships, if you will, that get tested on Friday night when Jacksonville plays Palestine. And last night, Thursday night, 25, 30 miles between the towns. Kids moved over there, they moved back over here, and vice versa. So, it is the longest rivalry for Jacksonville. This is the 83rd meeting between Jacksonville and Palestine. Palestine is the longest and oldest rival by one game. Who's number two? Little trivia.
That'd be Nacogdoches.
It'd be Henderson.
Oh,
yeah, because remember, Nac was 5A for so many years.
That's right. There were a few years there.
And so Henderson has played one less game, but Jacksonville and Palestine, they first played in 1913. It was a 13-13 tie. Too many 13s there. So Palestine leads the all-time series 41-39. There's been 3 ties. So, I mean, what can we expect tonight? Well, since Wayne Coleman has been in Jacksonville, this is his 7th year. This is the 6th meeting between Jacksonville and Palestine. We can expect a lot of points. In the 5 games that Wayne Coleman has coached Jacksonville's averaging 39 points per game. Flip that to Palestine. They're averaging 39 points a game. So I guess you could say in the last 5 years, that this has been one of the tightest played ball games that Jacksonville's had on their schedule. Last 2 years ago, didn't get to play Palestine last year. It was an overtime win by Jacksonville. So it could be that kind of a ball game. So I would expect a shootout. Palestine runs this wing tee that a lot of teams don't run, which makes practice very interesting for your football team this week if you're Jacksonville, because you just don't see this offense hardly anymore. Lance Angel used to coach Palestine years ago. He came back after being the athletic director at Bryan for a while, now back in Palestine, and he employs that wing tee. So both teams took it on the chin last week, Jacksonville losing 51-36 to Crandall, and Palestine lost to a very good Van team by a score of 45-16.
And so, Matt, you know, with both of the teams coming in at 0-1, of course, Jacksonville here at home, who, if anybody, do you give the edge to? Obviously, you've got both teams looking to, get into the win column. You've also got a little added impetus if you're Jacksonville. We've talked about this too much, probably, but Jacksonville 0-11 here at Tomato Bowl since the renovation. So you got to think there's a little fire under Jacksonville at least.
I think the fire comes from the fact that you played a really good football game last week if you're in Jacksonville offensively. I mean, you scored 36 points. You had 477 yards total offense. You had 6 different receivers touch the football. You had no turnovers. On the flip side of that, you had 14 penalties, and you had 8 miscues on special teams. To me, if you're Jacksonville, you come into this football game thinking, we just need to correct our mistakes and do what we did last week, and we'll win by 2 or 3 scores. Palestine, on the other hand, they got spanked. Van scored on the first play of the game, 80 yards, but then Palestine came back, and they scored on their 4th offensive play of the game, 7-7. Ball game, right? No, Van just blew them out after that. So Palestine got whipped a little bit more than Jacksonville, but in my opinion, last week, Jacksonville whipped themselves with all of those special teams mistakes that they had.
Yeah, Matt, and we talked, of course, a lot last week about, first games just being kind of weird. And sometimes that's in the form of turnovers. We've seen that in a few recent seasons. But, of course, last week, as you just mentioned, it was penalties and it was special teams mistakes. But the good thing is all that stuff is fixable, and I know the Indians have gotten right back at it in practice, and certainly the plan was, according to head coach Wayne Coleman, to really focus on special teams this week. I know you were at practice a few times this week. What did you see from Jacksonville in response to the mistakes of last week?
Well, they do a lot of work in the mornings on special teams, and I know they did a lot of that. They changed some of the scheme too. You're going to see some of the starters that just play offense and defense that don't you normally play special teams. You got to have some of those guys out there. You can't put guys out there on Friday nights that hadn't been out there on Friday nights. So they had some breakdowns last week in the special teams, particularly on staying in your lane on the kickoffs and making sure as the gunner you get past that guy at the line of scrimmage and cover the punt. And the Moffitt kid, he returned 2, a kickoff and a punt return, 60-something yards on both of them. So those are the things. But, one thing Coach Coleman has really stuck to since he's been in Jacksonville is that he never gets too down after the first ball game, win or lose. And he said that. He said, your biggest improvement as a football team always seems to come between week 1 and week 2. I said, why is that? And he said, I don't know. He said, it's just the way that it is. Some of those kids that haven't played on Friday night, after one night, they get it. And they do what they're supposed to do. That first night, he said, you just don't know what some of them are going to do. And I think that's what happened last week to Jacksonville in some key areas of their special teams. They just had some young guys that just weren't ready yet. Hopefully they will be tonight.
Yeah, there were definitely some guys last week. This is not a knock on any particular players, but just guys who suddenly were introduced to varsity football, to Friday nights, and how fast the game is, and it just moves differently. Even if you've been playing football for quite some time, as most of these players have, Friday nights are just different.
They are, and the speed's different. I mean, one of the best athletes on the field tonight, no doubt, will be Calvin Bryant, the senior wide receiver for Jacksonville. But last week, that was the first football game that Calvin has played since his freshman year. And when he got out on the field, he obviously is a great, tremendous physical specimen. He made some great catches. He had our congratulations play of the game on a 68-yard touchdown pass. But the contact that he experienced last week was a little bit new to him. And so even as a senior, that lack of experience on Friday nights, sometimes that even shows up even amongst the best athletes. So tonight, it's going to be all about how Jacksonville's defensive front, and actually the linebackers as well for the Fightin Indians, can handle this Palestine offensive line that you guys aren't going to believe. That when y'all see them line up, you're just going to – it looks like an SEC offensive line. They're massive, and they have 4 starters that have started 27 consecutive games. So this is a very experienced offensive line that Lance Angel of Palestine has, and he tries to utilize that with that wing T offense. And so it's going to be a real challenge for Jacksonville defensively, because their offense had 66 plays last week, as I mentioned a moment ago. With an offense like Palestine, number one, you can't have turnovers. You can't have a 3-and-outs, or you won't get the football very much.
Yeah, we were talking in the pregame. Indian fans that enjoyed seeing the 66 plays run last week, and obviously lots of good came out of that. You're going to have to fit that your impact into probably fewer plays, just because this Palestine team can possess the ball.
Well, it just puts more emphasis on controlling your mistakes. And again, one thing Jacksonville did so well last week, they had no turnovers. But then on the other hand, they had 14 penalties, and some of those penalties were like big play killers. And so it's just first game stuff, and hopefully they got a lot of that worked out. I'm gonna tell you guys, it was a very physical, rough week down in Happy Valley. I mean, you would expect such after losing your first game, but it was extra this time. It was hot, and when it gets hot, tempers flare. And there was a lot of stuff happening on the practice field this week that you would hope that Jacksonville can bring that kind of moxie and fire into tonight's ball game against Palestine.
Yeah, Matt, why don't we let our listeners and viewers know who's bringing us the countdown to kickoff this week?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Micah Hoffbauer, JHS Class of 1998. Micah can help you with all your homeowners, your life insurance, your auto insurance. He can do it all. Micah Hoffbauer, we appreciate him and Texas Farm Bureau for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff here at Tomato Bowl, the home opener. So, Aaron, it's a very muggy night. And as you know, last week Jacksonville had some problems with cramping. And I don't know why Crandall didn't have problems. Jacksonville had guys going out right and left. Tonight, Devin McEwen has been fighting it all week. He's had several IVs, and so he's going to play tonight, but he may not be playing the whole game like he did last week. So we'll watch for that. Maybe he feels fine and he'll be able to go. But again, it's a sticky, hot night at Tomato Bowl. Hardly any wind down here on the floor.
Yeah, obviously hydration going to be a big key, just like it was last week, even for the broadcast crew out in the bleachers last week, Matt. I kind of had to recover for 2 or 3 days on the hydration front. I was just talking football.
Well, hey, I mean, I was just talking to one of my old classmates over here, Fred Kennedy. We graduated together, played football together, and we were laughing about how back in the day coaches just didn't do what they do today. They almost held water away from you. If you drank water, you were a wimp. Come on, toughen up. You don't need any water. Now it's totally different. They hydrate after practice. Coach Coleman has Powerades and all kinds of things for them. These guys are doing Pedialytes, and he forces them to stop practice, get over there, and he watches them to make sure they're drinking water. That's how far the science has come in the last 40 years. It used to not be that way.
Yeah, the times have changed, but you've got to keep up, especially in these early season ball games, as the heat will get to you, especially down on the artificial turf. Matt, I know in the sun can be pretty brutal. Nice long shadows right now at Tomato Bowl though, so maybe they won't have that problem.
Maybe they won't. Hopefully not. But yeah, you're right. This the turf adds 10 to 15 degrees to the temperature, and Jacksonville a lot of times practices up on Cook Field on the turf. Not this week. They've been down in Happy Valley where it's much cooler, if you can call 95 degrees cooler. But if you're on that turf, man, it's 105. So Jacksonville and Palestine renewing this old rivalry, and again, it's a game that has two pretty good quarterbacks. Jacksonville's Ryan McCown in his debut last week, the junior, had a great night in his first start. 20 of 41 for 277 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 38 yards, including a very physical 18-yard touchdown run. That was Jacksonville's first score, and Ryan did a great job, Aaron, moving the pocket all night long, extending plays. 2 of its touchdowns were where he extended the play. Just a great opening night for him. Isaiah Mallard, what a huge game he had in his debut at running back. 18 carries, 112 yards, 6 yards a carry and a touchdown. And he also had 3 catches for 49 yards, 161 total yards for the game. So a couple of breakout performances for these 2 young men. Of course, Mallard's been a defensive starter since his sophomore year, but that was his debut at running back, and goodness, it was a great debut for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, with those guys setting the foundation or the base for your offense, if you can add to that and add all the other pieces in tonight, it's going to be a very exciting night for Jacksonville. We're going to step away here and let our viewers take a look here. We're seeing a video introducing the Jacksonville starters. This was set up by JHS Media and Lee Traylor, and give you a chance to check out the Indian starters. Dylan Roberts will be making his Tomato Bowl debut punting tonight.
Wow. This is college type stuff, man. College pro. I mean, it's very professional.
Yes, as always, Lee Traylor and these are Jacksonville high school students putting in the work. You see them you see smoke signals, of course, with us every week, and everything that they do here in the stadium. There are professionals who are paid to do this kind of thing, whose work doesn't look as sharp. So that is a credit to JHS, what these students are able to do.
Oh man,
I
get to work with them every week. I see it. Very impressive. There's Spoon.
Yeah, I just saw also DeVarian Boyd, who we should see tonight.
Yeah, maybe some tight end for the big fella. There's Jacksonville's sophomore kicker. And I'm assuming our viewers are seeing the screen right now.
They
right?
are. They are, yeah.
Awesome.
So we got Cody Van Ness there and Keelan McCullough.
Look at flexing right there.
Look at that.
Keelan.
How about that? Good to see the Fightin Indian starters. You know, Matt, you mentioned as we continue to see the starters here, you mentioned Calvin Bryant earlier and playing his first ball game since his freshman year, and the impact he's had, and sort of the I guess a little bit of learning curve back to the speed of the game and all. But you also mentioned in the pregame something I thought was very interesting and encouraging about Calvin. Tell our viewers and listeners about when you talk to Calvin at practice.
You know, Calvin is Calvin's had a lot happen in his life, and he's been around the world in 80 days, if you will, and had some struggles, and he's been blessed to get some help with some people, and he's really turned his life around. He went to summer school, got his grades, and, you know, I go to practice, and every time I say, "Hey, Calvin, how's it going?" He says, "It's a great day to be a Fightin' Indian." He says it every time.
That's great. We just had to give him credit for that. I mean, that's the kind of attitude I know that you love to see from a player, especially a senior leader. And so Calvin Bryant really bringing that to the table for the Fightin' Indians is fantastic. It
really is. You just love to see a guy get another chance. And I'm telling you, Calvin has a chance to play at the next level, just like Devin McEwen's going to play at the next level, just like some of these other guys get a chance to. You just got to behave. You got to get your grades. You got to take care of your business and overcome some obstacles that some people don't have, and they have them. And thank goodness he was able to overcome those and get back.
Yeah, Matt, and it's about 7 o'clock, so that means we'll bring it back up here into the booth. We'll throw it over to Ryan to cue up smoke signals. And, of course, we'd like to thank All Smiles Dentistry, Dr. Larry Folden, Dr. Brad Westbrook, and Dr. Charlie Stocks for sponsoring all of the conversations with Coach Coleman this season, including what you're about to see, smoke signals for Week 2.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome to Smoke Signals, everyone. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach and athletic director Wayne Coleman. Coach, on the road last week in Crandall, you didn't get the win, 51-36 final. Lots of great things happened in that ballgame, particularly offensively, which we'll talk and see some of the highlights on. Your overall assessment of the ballgame.
I felt like we definitely played well on offense, played pretty good on defense, really let special teams get us down and take the game away from us.
They always talk about special teams. It's that third stepchild or whatever you want to call it on the side over there that a lot of teams don't focus on. And you guys do focus on it. And I know you guys practice on it, but there's some things, there's situations that come up that, you know, who knows when you're going to get a 6'4" defensive end that can run like the wind, come in on the side of the punt, blocks 2 punts.
Yeah, great athlete, great play by him. Not a schematic thing, just a great athlete of theirs making a great play. And caught our kids asleep a little bit, and we paid the price for it.
And how much do you attribute some of the special teams breakdowns, like on the kickoff and the punt return? just to first game, new kids, Friday night, getting them lined up?
And it happens to everybody. Probably every, my gosh, Nebraska doesn't know how to field a punt, not in their own end zone. So it happens to everybody, early season mistakes and special teams.
A real positive of the game, Coach, was no turnovers. Okay, you had 2 turnovers by Crandall, but Jacksonville, no turnovers. Just a really clean game for your offense.
Kids took care of the ball really well. Mallard ran hard and kept the ball high and tight. He did a good job, and our receivers won a couple contested balls. So we keep doing that, we'll be okay.
Some of the penalties that occurred, and you explained that to me as far as why Jacksonville had the lineman downfield penalty a few times that kind of killed some plays. How do you correct something like that? Is that just a mechanical thing, a correctable error? I mean, do you adjust your offense in any kind of way?
You can do some things. The main thing, train your linemen up. They're playing with a different quarterback now. We had a pure pocket passer in Patrick the last couple of years, and now you've got Ryan back there that likes to scramble and make plays with his feet. And when he's doing that, the linemen have got to make sure that they're aware of this kid isn't really going to stay in the pocket and throw every time. He's going to get out of the pocket and make big plays.
Coach, the mentality of this team really impressed me. The way they were down 16-0. And I mean, and then it didn't faze them. I could tell on the sidelines there was a mood, if you will, of kids just not panicking. Everybody calm, do your job, and you just crawl back into it. You're down 30-15 at the half, and you got 30-29, and you're thinking, and then they pulled away. But you had to feel good about, after being down 16-0, to come back like that.
No, I thought the kids held their composure, never really faltered. They put themselves in a position there in the third quarter to make a run, made some plays, made a play on the special teams, recovered the kick. So the same thing that was putting us behind in the game, the special teams, helped us get back in the game. Yeah. So there's ebb and flow in a game, and we've got to get to the point where we're more steady in the special teams unit, and I think our offensive defense can help us with the rest of it.
Well, there was a lot of highlights in this ball game. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Jacksonville versus Crandall. What a powerful run here by your junior quarterback, McCown.
And there he goes out of the pocket and making plays. He's got feet. He's got a great awareness of the game.
That was the first score, and then here's senior linebacker Darian Hinton with a sack.
Darian had a great first game. He's really taking control of the defense and leading our kids on the defensive side.
And this is what you talked about, what Ryan McCown brings to the table. Look at how he moves the pocket and finds Taylor for the score.
Well, you can tell he's had a lot of good training. You know, he comes from a good quarterback bloodline. He's been working these feet since he was a little boy. And
there's another one.
He's doing it again right there.
And this is the congratulations play of the game. Look how Calvin Bryant just breaks tackles and goes 68.
Yeah, Calvin's a big, strong kid, and it takes more than one guy to get him down usually.
And here's your all-everything guy, Tony Pinson, coming in, and after Ryan got dinged, throws a touchdown pass to Jermaine, and boom, look at that for the score.
Yeah, our receivers had a big game, and Tony came in and did a great job in that drive that he came in.
You know, for 160 pounds, Isaiah Mallard runs a lot tougher. Look at this, into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, I don't think people understand. He doesn't look very big, but when you watch him in the weight room work out, he's a strong kid.
So, Coach, you go back home this week. You got the home opener against the Highway 79 rival Palestine Wildcats. I know you love playing this game. I mean, it's just this thing goes all the way back to the 20s, I believe. And you know, Palestine got thumped last week by Van, a good Van team. I think it was 45-10 or 45-16. I can't remember the score exactly. But this is a Palestine team that has some continuity coming into Tomato Bowl, at least offensively. I saw their offensive linemen. They're starting like their 26th game in a row as a unit together. That's their strength. Talk about Palestine and what they do well.
They're very impressive up front, and they've been running the wing T offense now going on their third or fourth year, and they've got that system down. Their kids have bought in. They're not going to turn the ball over. They take care of the football, and they're explosive. You're going to watch the game and see them go 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards, and then boom, they're going to crank off a 50-yard run. And they're very patient. Our kids have got to be disciplined. They've got to play gap control defense, and we've got to be able to get lined up. They break the huddle really quick and get to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball. So our kids are going to have to be on top of their game to get lined up right.
You ran 66 plays against Crandall. How does this kind of offense that Palestine runs, does that change your game plan any? Because you may not get 66 plays this game.
Yeah, I think the main thing for us is just to keep executing. You know, going back to the special teams units, if you're not punting 4 and 5 times a game, the chances of getting punts blocked go down. So we've got to get those drives going, and that will take care of itself. Let's get more efficient in our offensive drive production.
What kind of defensive look does Palestine bring?
Same as Crandall. They're going to be in a 3-4. They'll play a lot of man coverage, bring pressure off the edges. Could be interesting to see if they make an adjustment to find a way to keep Ryan in the pocket.
Last week we mentioned earlier no turnovers. I know in a game where a team does that wing T type stuff, taking care of the football has got to be huge.
Yeah, no doubt, because if you turn the ball over, if they go on a 7-minute scoring drive and then you go out and turn the ball over and they go on another 7-minute scoring drive, well then you've lost almost a half of football there. So you've got to take advantage of each possession.
Does Palestine's defense, you said it's very similar to Crandall, so that means that you guys are going to try to continue that kind of game plan offensively?
Well, I think when you've got the receivers that we've got, you've got to take advantage of that. And the trick is, can you protect the quarterback and get the ball off, because they're going to bring heat.
6 different receivers last week caught the football for Jacksonville, and boy, it feels good to know that you've got that many weapons in the offense. And clearly, Isaiah Mallard is a running back that you have not had since you've been here in your 7 years in Jacksonville. And just to have that kind of offensive output last week, going into this week 2, without getting the win last week, it does have to bring more confidence to your team.
I think our kids have got a lot of confidence, and they know game 1 always exposes your weaknesses, and the greatest improvement in the entire season is between game 1 and game 2. So obviously we started our first practice yesterday, or Monday. We started our very first practice with special teams, fixing the punt team, and we start every morning with special teams. Really nothing's changed there, but we know what our weaknesses are, what we've got to address and get those things fixed. And everybody's going to do that. The things that Palestine messed up on last week, they're going to get fixed. So everybody's going to show great improvement this week.
Coach, a lot of people showed up to the game last Friday night looking for those feathered helmets that famous now, the design of them, and they weren't there. Tell our viewers a little bit about what went into the fact that you played with just plain blue helmets.
Yeah, our kids are very confident, and we decided to make the feather helmet thing a reward. That when we get our first win, that's when we burned our feathers and we'll put them on the helmets. And we had 1 win last year, and we wanted to make sure this year that we felt the pressure, the need, the urgency of let's get that first win. Let's not wait till district. Let's get things going.
Talk about the keys to the game to get this home win against Palestine, a huge rival.
You know, I don't want to overemphasize special teams, but you can't underemphasize it, because it really was the difference in the game last week. So we got to be more efficient there. Got to take care of the football and special teams, and force the issue. We've got some wrinkles that we've got ironed out, and we feel more confident about that right now. Keep doing what we're doing on offense, and the run fits on defense against a wing T are critical, but you can't be hesitant in trying to get the run fits against the wing T. It's an attacking, running offense, and you have to attack it back on defense. So our kids have got to be really aggressive on defense.
Well, it's Jacksonville versus Palestine, and a renewal of the Highway 79 rivalry will be online at 6:45 at jhs-sports.com. Hope to see you at the ball game at Tomato Bowl Friday night, kickoff at 7:30. For head coach Wayne Coleman, I'm Matt Montgomery. We'll see you next time right here on Smoke Signals.
And that was Smoke Signals. Again, our thanks to All Smiles Dentistry for sponsoring all our conversations with head coach Wayne Coleman all season long. And Matt, you heard Coach Coleman say a lot of those mistakes that we saw last week in Crandall, those were job number 1 in practice this week. So we'll see how the tribe responds.
Correctable errors. I mean, those are the kind that you want. You know, there's a difference in physical and mental errors and correctable errors. Correctable errors is a combination of physical and mental. Okay, so Jacksonville made both of those, and so those are the things that you got to correct. Folks, this part of our countdown to kickoff is sponsored by our good friends Gene Brumlow, JHS class of 1966, and his daughter Ann Farmer, JHS class of 2006. We appreciate Gene and Ann of the South Jackson Dairy Queen for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff. Both teams still in their respective dressing rooms as it's little cheer night on the field tonight, or is it little drill? I can't tell. It's either cheerleaders or charmers. I don't know which one, but there's a lot of little people on the field tonight. So it's always good to see how many parents get their little ones out on the field and get them ready to perform at Tomato Bowl. Guys, this is going to be a matchup of the Lions, in my opinion. Of course, we all know about the electric firepower that Jacksonville has at their skill positions, but it's the guys up front that I think are going to determine this thing. And there's some big cats over on the Palestine side. Wait till you see them come out. Mentioned this earlier. 27 consecutive starts for those guys have had. Very impressive. Their quarterback, Jared Walker, ripped off a 46-yard touchdown run last week on the third play of their first offensive possession, so he's a pretty good weapon. Their running backs, Shedrick Dudley, Jeremy Walker, Tashawn Wilson, they can get some yards. Ben Clerkley is their leading wide receiver, had some nice catches last week, but make no mistake about it, it's a wing T offense that gets to the line of scrimmage very quickly out of the huddle. They break, they get to the line, they snap the ball. You know how Jacksonville likes to substitute on defense? Those substitutions are going to be hard to come by tonight.
Yeah, few and far between. That's right, Matt. So, again, a test for the conditioning for the Fightin Indians is those guys, there are going to be some guys that are out there for extended periods of time, and we'll see how that plays, especially in the heat.
Absolutely, and talking about guys that may not play tonight, I know Tony Pinson, the senior, does everything. I told Wayne Coleman this week when I found out that Tony was not going to be playing that, man, I mean, you talk about trying to fill a hole. I mean, he plays receiver, he plays safety, he holds, he does everything. Sells popcorn at halftime. I mean, the guy's just all over the place.
He threw a touchdown last week.
He sure did, coming in for, a couple of plays, and one of them was a touchdown. So, he's a valuable player for Jacksonville. Hopefully he'll get back next week for the Henderson game. We talked about the great night that Ryan McCown had along with Isaiah Mallard, but let's not forget some of the receivers. 6 different Indian receivers caught passes from Ryan McCown and Tony Pinson. What about the sophomore, Jermaine Taylor? 2 touchdown catches in his varsity debut as a sophomore. And we mentioned his brother Calvin Bryant with a 68-yarder. Devin McEwen made some great catches. Coda had a catch. You've got some guys that might get a catch tonight. Maybe you might see a Ryan Walker at the H-back position, the sophomore, playing tonight. Maybe he's going to get a look. You might see DeTarian Boyd, the big tight end for Jacksonville, the move-in the spring, 6'4", 260. Was kind of down last week, didn't get to practice much. This week he's back. We may see him maybe get one tossed his way on offense. But again, as I said, to start this segment, it's going to be a battle up front, and it will be, to me, how Jacksonville's defensive line and then the second level, the linebackers, can attack this Palestine offensive line that I'm not sure Jacksonville, even in the 5A district Jacksonville plays in, I'm not sure they'll see a line this big in District 9 5A Division 2.
Well, that's what you want in the pre-district ball games, isn't it, Matt, is to get tested as much as you can so that you can kind of find out where you are. So, I mean, it's a good test and in some ways a good problem to have if you're Jacksonville, because you're going to have to step up tonight.
You are, and that's why you want to schedule teams that can either mimic or are similar to the teams that you're going to have to play in district. Nobody in the district runs the wing T, so that's the only downside to playing Palestine. But there are a lot of teams like Nacogdoches, Marshall, Texas High, really just about everybody that has these massive offensive lines at the 5A level. So this will be a good test for Jacksonville tonight. I also want to mention defensively last week, Jacksonville, I was worried about the secondary. They did a nice job in the secondary. Xavier Kendrick in his first start in the secondary had a nice ball game. Cash Bearden had some breakups, so very proud of those cornerbacks right there. Young players in their varsity start did a nice job in the secondary. Aiden Gay, Keelan McCullough also played nicely on the defensive line, and boy, those two guys that really have their hands full tonight is Gay and Keelan McCullough.
Yeah, and of course, we saw Aiden go down a few times with cramping issues last week, so hopefully he has been able to recuperate and correct that and hydrate through the week. So we'll keep an eye on him, but hopefully he'll be in top shape coming into the ball game. I would expect from a guy, returning letterman like Gay, that he's going to get all that stuff worked out.
I have a feeling he'll be ready to go. I think he's going to be ready. Folks, this part of our countdown to kickoff is sponsored by our good friends Gene Brumelo, JHS class of 1966, and his daughter Ann Farmer, class of 2006. So the South Jackson Dairy Queen, we appreciate Gene and his daughter Ann for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff, the opening night at Tomato Bowl for the 2021 season. And guys, we've already talked about it. And I mentioned, asked Wayne Coleman about it. You got the blue helmets, first home game. And I'm going to say it, Jacksonville has not won a game here yet at the new Tomato Bowl. 0-11. Officially, thank you.
Mount Pleasant 2019 is a little sore subject, but
it is. Jacksonville did get that win, but hey, we won't go there. I've already talked to the officials that don't pay attention to me if I'm back here kind of mouthing a little bit. I'm good. Don't give me the evil eye. I just get a little excited.
I think you said with this particular crew that your reputation actually precedes you a little bit. I think these guys remembered you.
They know me.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
so
when you've done this for 40 years, they kind of, hey, that guy in Jacksonville, don't take anything off him. Get shut him down. But when you got a live mic, I told them I'm very limited in how I can get on them, and they started laughing. So it's a good crew. In fact, while we're talking about those guys, let me introduce them. This is the Tyler Football Officials Association. The field judge is Isaiah Lopez, side judge Scotty Wilkins, the back judge Coy Lancaster, line judge Chad Young, headline judge Wesley Jones, the umpires John Sharp, and your referee, the veteran Bobby Bain. That's your football officiating crew tonight. A lot of guys like officiating crews. They don't get a lot of play time on these online broadcasts, but we're going to give it to them tonight, and maybe they'll get me some brownie points. I don't know.
Hopefully you don't have to give it to them too much later from the sideline.
Last week, as y'all remember, 16 penalties against Jacksonville, some of them questionable. Of course, I'm going to say that. Some of them were good calls, but, man, was that the slowest crew you've ever seen, like physically, the way they moved?
It seemed to be.
That third quarter lasted 2 hours.
It did.
They walked everywhere they went. They walked.
Yeah, they did.
I can't stand to see officials walking from midfield to the coaches to the sideline to talk to the head coach. You jog over there. You don't walk. Come on, man.
Yeah, Matt, an interesting conversation that you were able to have with Coach Coleman that we heard in Smoke Signals, talking about some of those penalties that went against Jacksonville, specifically the lineman downfield penalties. Yes. And some of that is just, as Coach Coleman said, is the line kind of getting used to a new quarterback.
Well, I'm going to answer that, but right now we're going to watch the intro video because you can't miss it.
It is the season of fall and football in the Lone Star State. It is where legends are born and perseverance reigns supreme. It is where a proud city comes to cheer its Indians to victory. It is Friday night in the historic Tomato Bowl.
Jacksonville High School Band under the direction of Donnie Barrier. Man, Friday night in Tomato Bowl, if that doesn't pickle your cucumber, man, there's something wrong with you. This is a great place to be on a Friday night in downtown Jacksonville, one of the last downtown stadiums around. So captain's now walking out to midfield for the coin toss, as we have all kinds of people on the field tonight. I think it's Little Charmers, because they're standing by the Charmers, so I'm assuming that's who that is. So Darian Hinton, the senior linebacker for Jacksonville, along with the senior running back Isaiah Mallard, representing Jacksonville out at midfield.
Fightin Indians, number 5, Isaiah Mallard, and number 24, Darian Hinton.
So they tossed this clearly before the game, and Jacksonville won the toss, and just like last week when the Fightin Indians won the toss, they're going to defer to the second half, and Jacksonville will be kicking off to this wing tee offense that Lance Angel, the head coach at Palestine, employs so well. Jacksonville will be going from left to right on your computer screen, or as they say, however you stream at home.
Let's go, y'all.
As we're getting ready for the 83rd meeting between Jacksonville and Palestine. You know, you said all those 13s a minute ago, and it triggered my, what is that, dextrophobia? What is that? What's that fear of the number 13?
Oh, you're going to make me Google something now, aren't
don't
you,
do
Matt?
it. Don't do it. We're just about to kick off. We can do it at the break. If somebody knows it, just tap it in and slap it on the screen for Ryan to tell us.
There you go.
Dextrophobia, something like that. I don't have that fear, by the way. I don't care about 13. I'm not superstitious that way. I just wear the same hat that I've worn every year for the last 10 years. But I'm not superstitious.
That's all. Just like the hat. That's okay.
I just like the hat.
That's all right.
So dropping back for Palestine will be Kobe Taylor. He'll be, well, let me move my stuff here. That would be T.I. Crawford. I guess that's Ty Crawford. He's a sophomore. And speaking of sophomores, Jordan Cabrera kicking off for Jacksonville as we're set to go. The 83rd meeting between Jacksonville and Palestine. Glad you're with us here on JHS-sports.com. A big one tonight. Both teams looking for their first win. And with your play-by-play, here's Aaron Swink.
Cabrera has it on the tee. The kick is a short one to the near side, and it's out of bounds. Flag will come in. And already some contact after the play, a little bit of extracurricular as Jacksonville brings that fire into the ball game that you talked about seeing in practice all week, Matt.
Yeah, it was a very physical practice, as you said, for Jacksonville, as the Indians will send out Caden Franklin, McKalen Horn, Aiden Gay, and Anthony Cummings up front defensively. Linebackers Eddie Davis, Darian Hinton, and Jermaine Taylor. And in the secondary, Cash Bearden, Dylan Roberts, Xavier Kendrick, and we'll see who's going to start for Tony tonight as he's out. So here's Palestine, first play.
So Jared Taylor coming out, pitching, right side running, lots of room, blocking over there for the Wildcats, and they won't catch him. Touchdown on the first play of scrimmage.
60 yards. Oh, my goodness. Elijah Walker for the score. It's just a toss pitch. Palestine seals the edge. You know, they scored on their 4th offensive play last week. Now they've scored in the second ball game on their first play from 60 to go on the board 6-0.
So Luke James on to attempt the extra point. Extra points brought to you all season by Homes and Properties Realty. That one is good, and so we're just underway here at the historic Tomato Bowl, and our score, Palestine 7, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the We're especially proud of the Arrowhead.
And we are back live at the historic Tomato Bowl. If you're just joining us, Palestine on the board already. Matt, that's a quick strike offense.
Yeah, that quick. Here's Mallard at his 2.
He fields it cleanly. Lots of room to run, and he's going to get to top gear. Is Mallard. He's at the 30 and spun down finally, but not before he gets out to the Jacksonville 35-yard line.
Well, he took that football actually at his 1-yard line. He got to the 20 and he got smacked, but Mallard with that great balance. Talked about this last week. 160 pounds, but runs like he's about 180. He's a very physical 160. Gets a nice return out to the Jacksonville 35-yard kickoff return. We'll call it 34 from the 1. So here's Ryan McCowan in the backfield, Mallard, and Ryan Walker, the 10th grader, at the H-back.
Pistol formation for Jacksonville. Mallard gets the handoff, looked to cut it outside, and then ducks back up the middle for a couple.
Hayden Richardson on the tackle for Palestine from his defensive tackle position as Mallard does pick up, we'll call it about 1.5 yards on the play. Gets it just out, we'll call it 1 yard actually, just at the 36-yard line. So Palestine comes out, smackdown. First play, 60-yard score, 7-0. And we still have less than a minute gone in the game.
2 Indian receivers out wide. The quick toss to McEwen, and he will pull it in.
So gets the first down.
Yeah, move the chains for the first Bill McCray Ford first down.
You know, it's so hard to defend, Aaron. I mean, you know, you got these receivers that if you're Palestine, you watched last week's game, you said, you know, my goodness, who do we key on here? I mean, they got 6 guys that can take it and go to the house with it. First down, Jacksonville.
Pistol look from the right hash mark this time. Handoff again is to Mallard, going to make a few miss, and he is out near midfield.
See the jump cut about the 35, or excuse me, 45? He was dead to rights down right there and planted that right foot and then just slipped the tackle and picks up 5 yards more. 5 yards more. Actually, he was going to have about a 1 yard gain. Now it's second down and 4. 6 yard pickup for Mallard.
So just under 10-15 and counting here first quarter. Jacksonville looking to answer the early Wildcat score. Handoff again is to Mallard, and this time not able to get going and dropped at midfield.
So Palestine with the large offensive line. On the defensive side, not quite as large, but they've done a nice job on this opening drive right here, although Jacksonville has pushed it into Palestine territory to the Wildcat 48. You look at number 90, Anthony McLaughlin right there, the junior. He's on one knee right now, but he's 6'5", 270 easily. So third down, 3 to go for Jacksonville.
2 Indian receivers out wide. The H-back is Walker. He's on the left side. McCowan looks right, throws,
picked off,
and it's intercepted. First Indian turnover of the season.
Benjamin Clerkley, the left corner covering Calvin Bryant, and he just jumps the route, a slant route, and Clerkley read it perfectly, and Ryan didn't make a bad throw. It wasn't a bad route. Clerkley just read it like a book, jumped the route, gets the pick. As you said, they're in the first turnover for Jacksonville this year. Didn't have one last week in the first game. So now Jacksonville defensively challenged. As Palestine had the opening score, here they go with the wing tee.
Jared Walker goes quick, right side pitch. Again, big hole on that right side, and call it about 8. As Dudley, the big touch.
So you'll notice Walker, the quarterback, he just sprints to the line of scrimmage once they get that play, and if you're on defense, there's no cadence. They just come up and they just snap the ball. You better buckle your chin strap well before they break that huddle because they're coming. So second down, call it 2, 8-yard pickup for the Cats. Here they come.
Pitch again from Walker, and again into the second level goes Dudley.
Dudley gets the first down for Palestine to the Jacksonville, just outside the Jacksonville 40. And again, it's just base blocking by Palestine. They don't do anything fancy. You really don't have to when you average about 275 across that front. You just get under the pads and just shove people downfield with that size and strength. So first down, Palestine, 7-0 Wildcats with 8:15 and counting in this first quarter.
Ball sitting at the Jacksonville 40-yard line, and again the handoff to Dudley, and he makes a couple miss, and he will once again have first down yardage.
You're gonna have to make some adjustments if you're Jacksonville defensively, because they were moving. Jacksonville was shifting and moving when Palestine snapped the ball. You can't have your center of gravity established, especially when they're going to go the opposite direction. So Jacksonville, their run fits, you heard Wayne Coleman talk about it. That's where guys got to be where he's supposed to be. And so obviously this drive right here is showing that Jacksonville's got to get settled and set 2 plays in a row where they're still moving when the ball snapped.
And so right back to work goes Dudley down that right side and deep into Jacksonville territory for another first down.
Boy, no answer. No answer defensively for the Fighting Indians. They just are getting outrun to the edge, and Dudley's just taking advantage of it. I mean, he gets the the handoff, and it's just a dead sprint to the edge, and Jacksonville is just not able to physically get there, and he turns the corner, and it's 12, 13, 14 yards. First and goal now at the Jacksonville 6-yard line for Palestine.
Yeah, so you got to think that number 23 would get it again. Dudley, he does, and he's going to be close.
He got out, knocked out at the 1, so it'll be second and goal. I feel like I'm watching the old Green Bay Packers here, and I hear Vince Lombardi saying, you got to get a seal here and a seal there. And that's what Palestine's doing, is just toss pitch and just running right around that edge and getting the seal block, and pop, you're about to go up by 2 scores with just less than 7 minutes to go in this first quarter.
So the Wildcats have the play, breaking the huddle fast, and looking to punch this one in. It's Walker.
He's in.
And he's in. Touchdown, Palestine.
Just a quarterback sneak by Walker. Not a big quarterback, about 5'9", maybe 160. He just gets behind his big line and hides behind him and ran right behind one of those guys' hamstrings and slipped through for the score. So here's Luke James to try to make it a 14-0 Palestine lead. And, man, we're not even halfway through the first quarter.
All extra points brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty.
Well, it was blocked by Jermaine, and we got a flag.
Yeah, Jermaine got back there in a hurry. He may have had a little head start. Yeah, good spot, Todd. You said it.
Well, I just didn't think the refs, I just didn't think they'd see that. I guess they did. Now, actually, it's procedure against Palestine, which is a tough break because Jermaine swatted that ball away like he was Akeem Olajuwon. I know I'm going really far back there, but I haven't watched the NBA in years, okay? Akeem Olajuwon, that's way back when. But
it was only the 90s.
I digress.
I mean,
I gave up on the NBA. I don't watch it anymore, sorry. Here's the extra point from 15. It'll be 25-yard extra point.
Extra point on the way, and it is good. So with 6:47 to go here in the first quarter, our score now, Palestine 14, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Jacksonville Fightin Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, that cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row.
I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we are back at the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville as the Palestine Wildcats have just taken the 2-score lead with a Palestine scoring drive summary for the first time tonight. We'll throw it over to Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 6-play drive, covered 55 yards, finishing with a touchdown, putting the Wildcats up 14-0.
And no passes by Palestine, straight out runs. Here's the kickoff, Mallard deep.
And this one will chase Mallard into his end zone. He'll let it go there for a touchback.
And, Aaron, we talked about in pregame about not having turnovers. Why? Well, we just found out why. I mean, not only does Palestine control the football the way they run, but they've gone in and scored on their 2 opening drives. And you can't have turnovers. Great play by Palestine earlier to jump that route and get the pick, but you can't. You got to avoid those. You got to keep the ball away from them because the way this game is shaping up, I mean, I know games can turn and defensive adjustments can be made, but right now I don't see how Jacksonville defensively is going to be able to stop Palestine's running game. That puts the pressure on your offense and Ryan McCown here to keep the football.
So Jacksonville back to work from the pistol formation, right hash mark. This time the handoff is to Mallard. He finally gets a handle on it. Now he's going to spin his way out of a little bit of contact, and boy, he made a little something out of nothing there, Matt.
Oh, didn't he, though? I mean, he was dead to rights for about a 3 or 4 yard loss, and he ends up picking up 3 yards for 2nd and 7. Just so elusive is Mallard.
Yeah, you said last week that Mallard brings a little bit of a wiggle to the running back position. I think that's what we saw right there.
He definitely has a lot of wiggle in his run. 2nd and 7.
One Indian receiver each way. McCowan looks right, finds McEwen, and Devin is out over the Jacksonville 40. He'll pick up the Bill McRae Ford first down.
Last week against Crandall, Jacksonville in time of possession, they doubled Crandall's time of possession. And that's what you really need to have tonight against the Palestine team that runs the ball like that. So far it hasn't worked out that way. Nice first down catch by McEwen. McCown delivering the ball perfectly for the Bill McRae Ford first down.
So the ball now sitting at the Jacksonville 41, 6:07 to go. First quarter, Jacksonville down 14-0, trying to get back within touching distance. Handoff is to Mallard. Talking about touching, he gets touched but gets out of a few. So again,
oof, man.
I mean, he's just got that elusiveness, Matt, that you never know if the play's over with Isaiah Mallard.
You can't get a helmet on him. I mean, now that I say that, somebody will drill him. But he moves so much, it's hard to get a direct shot on him. I hope he protects the ball just a little bit better. He had that thing out there like a loaf of bread a little bit. Better be careful about that. Nice run for 7.
So 2nd down and 4 now. As McCown fakes a handoff, looks right, throws.
McEwen.
And it's caught again, Devin McEwen, and another Bill McRae Ford first down.
Yeah, just keep working that sideline because you know what's going to happen is that McEwen is going to fake that move, and then he's going to go up the field.
Then he's going to go.
And if you're Ryan McCown, you can't get too excited. You can't get the big eyes. You just got to get it up there and float it over the top. Don't try to lead him too much. So Jacksonville now 1st and 10. That pushes the ball to the 45 of Palestine. And this is right where the pick happened in the Jacksonville's first drive.
3 seconds on the play clock. Jacksonville may have to burn their first time out, and they do.
Frustrating. And that's their first one, Aaron. Let's take a break.
And so we'll step away. This is Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of '66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville as the Fightin Indians come out of their first time out, 1st and 10. Ball sitting at the Palestine 45-yard line. Jacksonville needing to answer these two early scores as Ryan McCowan brings the tribe back out. He hands off to Isaiah Mallard, who tries to take it straight ahead. Lost the ball. Palestine's got it.
So 2 turnovers in the first quarter.
At almost the exact same spot on the field.
Yeah, at the 45. That's where the interception was earlier. So the exact thing that you cannot have happen against Palestine has happened.
Twice.
Twice. Well, yeah, twice, and they both resulted in Palestine controlling the football and just running it down your throat. And you got 5:11 to go in the first quarter. I mentioned just a moment ago, I probably jinxed Isaiah there a little bit when I said take care of the football, and he kind of carried it out there. And, he had that one that looked like tucked away. Palestine just stripped it.
So now man in motion to the right side of the formation. Walker going to run that way. Got a block. A flag comes in.
Got a hold.
As he shoved out of bounds. Another flag for it looked like for the contact. So we'll see how this goes.
And now here we got a little lack of discipline once again. That's starting to get me a little frustrated. Sorry. I mean, guys, they talked about this in practice all week, okay? I was there. I heard the Jacksonville coaches. It was an ugly week of discussions, we'll call that, about behavior, maintaining your cool, making sure that you take care of your job, don't get baited into something, and boom, what do we have? We got something happen on the other side.
So I think you called it, Matt. You will have the hold, it looks like, that will go against Palestine, but then you're going to have the unsportsmanlike, I would imagine, for the late hit.
I know you're talking about 15, 16, 17-year-old young men, and sometimes controlling their emotions, it's difficult. And so there's the mark-off for the hold. Now we'll get the mark-off for the personal foul, unless –
yeah, there it is.
There it is. Here it comes.
So that'll move the ball.
It'll be about 1st and 5. It'll be an automatic first down, but it's only going to be about a 4 or 5 yard penalty. Let's check that. Let's see. Yeah, from the spot of the hole, they mark the personal foul. So when it all comes back around, should it stay? No, it's going to be first down still. 1st down and 4 now.
Ball sitting at the Jacksonville 48-yard line. So just like that, the Wildcats
still moving on defense.
Back on the plus side.
Thankfully, Palestine didn't snap the ball.
Now Walker pitches again, left side to Dudley, and he's shoestring tackled.
Walker. Oh, check that. 13. That's Xavier Kendrick coming up. The sophomore. Cutting the legs out. Nice tackle, 2nd down and 8. Haven't seen Palestine in a 2nd and 8 at all in this first quarter, as they have scored on both their first offensive possessions, scored on the first play of the game. Can Jacksonville get a stop here? And they'll check the big fella in, Devarian Boyd, the 260-pound junior for Jacksonville. As Palestine continues to work that edge, Aaron.
Ryan's here too. That's all right. Hand off again is to Dudley to the right side.
Hey, they got that stop we wanted.
45.
Got that stop we wanted there, Aaron. Yeah. So
Darian Hinton on the tackle is he's picking up right where he left off last season. He was at Brookhill and led them in tackles, and he's
had 6 tackles last week against.
Right in.
Yep, 6 tackles last week against Crandall, and also a quarterback sack. So now 3rd down and 7 for Palestine.
So Jacksonville looking for the stop here. Walker going to throw for the first time, and he's got a completion for a big 1st down.
just coming out of the backfield, and that's a play that Jacksonville employs with Isaiah Mallard. You saw that same kind of look to perfection, and it's Elijah Walker, the sophomore for Palestine, who had their first score, catches it out of the backfield from Walker for the first down. But now, what are we talking about here? They haven't moved the chains yet. So let's see what the call is. Looks like it may be against Palestine here. So it is going to be a legal use of the hands on Palestine. So that'll keep it third down from the spot. They'll pick up about a yard as that penalty occurred beyond the first down marker. So now it's still third down, but it's instead of 3rd and 7, it's more like 3rd and 6 after the penalty. So the defense for Jacksonville gets another chance here to get a third down stop and get off the field.
Yeah, ball sitting at the Jacksonville 44-yard line after the penalty. 3:30 in counting here in the first quarter. Jacksonville looking to get some pressure on Walker, but again, he's got a wide open man out of the backfield. It's Dudley, and he's going to do it on the reception this time. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, Jacksonville defensively just completely fooled on that play, and it was just a waggle by the quarterback Walker, and he was rolling to his right, planted his foot, looked back, and it was Walker all by himself. Check that, not Walker, Dudley catching it out of the backfield and then knifing through. Aaron, there was not a Jacksonville defender within 15 yards of him when he caught that pass. Man, can you believe this? It's about to be 21-0 in the first quarter. This is
another procedure against Palestine on the extra point.
Oh, man.
But as you said, Matt, about to be a 3-score hole here for the Fightin Indians. Or already is a 3-score hole, but could be a 21-point ball game.
Just a great call by Lance Angel. Just a misdirection pass and got Jacksonville going one way. Here's the kick.
Extra point attempt brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one again blown dead.
Official pointing at the holder. Now he's pointing at the right tackle for Palestine. So let's see the call. It's going to be procedure against Palestine. Move it back another 5 yards. So now it's going to be a 30-yard extra point. And here comes Calvin Bryan, who I'm sure is going to be coming off the edge. He'll check in for his younger brother there, Jermaine Taylor.
Kick is on the way from Luke James. Plenty
missed it
of leg, but no good. And so 3:17 to go in the first quarter. The score, Palestine 20, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Hi, this is Ben Peacock, proud principal of Jacksonville High School. On behalf of the awesome students and staff members at JHS, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. From exceptional academics to a robust catalog of extracurricular programs, our campus provides a truly impressive array of opportunities for all Jacksonville students. For more information about Jacksonville High School, please visit jisd.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville, where Palestine has just taken the 20-0 lead with another Palestine scoring drive summary. Here's Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 5-play drive, covered 54 yards, finishing with a touchdown, putting the Wildcats up 20-0.
Isaiah Mallard will field this one cleanly inside the 5. He's got some room to run. He's out over the 20 and pushed out at about the Jacksonville 22. So, Matt, if you were the Indians, it is go time.
Last week, Jacksonville was down 16-0 to Crandall on the road, and it did not look good for Jacksonville. And, you know, they came right back, and they actually got it to 30-29 in the third quarter before Crandall kind of salted it away. But, you know, this is not an undoable thing here. We saw Jacksonville do that last week. And anytime you have the kind of playmakers Jacksonville has who can score from anywhere in the field, you can get back in this ball game.
Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 right for the Fightin Indians. McCowan, a little bit of time. Now going to have to keep it himself, and he goes down at about the 21-yard line, so a loss of a couple.
Well, he was looking downfield for Jermaine Taylor. Taylor had a double move on the cornerback, and I'm not sure why Ryan just didn't let that go. But he made the decision to pull it down. I guess he felt like there wasn't enough separation between Taylor and the cornerback out there, Benjamin Clerkley, who already has 1 interception, so 2nd down 11 now for Jacksonville.
Trips left, 2 right, go the Indians again.
Got a blitz.
Nobody. He's got to run. Got to keep it himself. Nowhere to go.
Just a good defensive call by Palestine, sending their corner off the edge, Clerkley, and that forced McCowan to come out of the pocket, step up. Got ran down from behind, so we have a Palestine Wildcat down on the field. Aaron, let's take a break.
We'll step away. You're listening to Fightin Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 3rd and 15 for the Fightin Indians from their own 18. Need the huge conversion here. Trips right, 2 left, go the receivers. McCowan needs time. Got a little bit.
Nothing.
Looks right, throws, nothing there.
Just good coverage right now, as Palestine clearly has a lot of speed on that defense. Tyler Hunt just ran down Isaiah Mallard before he could shift into 3rd gear, and Jacksonville is looking at 4th and 15, no gain on the play, and this is the area where Jacksonville struggled last week. Now, Dylan Walker, the junior punter for Jacksonville, he can punt the ball. He has a leg. But you got to keep that D-line off of him, though. One change is Darian Hinton, the big linebacker now, is the protector back there.
Yeah, the Palestine return man standing at the Jacksonville 45, so Indians need a big punt here to try to push Palestine back. They're not going to get it as it is out of bounds on the near side at about the 40-yard line, or actually inside the 40. They're called about the 38-yard line, so short field.
I mean, a bit of a change this week for Dylan Walker. He did a little Australian rugby there. Last week he was kicking it straight away normally, and I wonder what changed. I didn't see that, and of course I don't see any special teams that do that in the morning, but you know, he turned sideways and tried to Australian that thing, and it wasn't very good. I don't get that, when that changed, but just a totally different technique, and he shanked it. So here's the short field for Palestine at the 38 of Jacksonville.
1:15 to go, first quarter. The pitch, now it's going to be a halfback pass. One-on-one down there, and incomplete.
Boy, Jacksonville very fortunate right there that ball was about 5 or 6 yards underthrown, because Cash Bearden did not know where the ball was. He looked up. He was trying to find it in the lights, and when he turned around, he ran right into the Palestine receiver, and the ball was so far underthrown, the official just kind of went, eh. If that ball would have been close, that's pass interference. So 2nd and 10. Guys, there's still 1-0. Was that 106?
106
left in the first quarter.
Walker with the keeper. He gets away from one.
Easy, easy.
And another now.
There you
Jacksonville's
go.
got to watch the.
That's what I'm talking about right there,
There's
Jacksonville.
the flag that comes in.
Come on. I mean, Jermaine
After
Taylor
the
went in
play.
there and the whistle was blown and he just kept tackling. When the guy's feet are on the white stuff, you've got to let off of him. They'll get the sophomore Taylor of Jacksonville for an out-of-bounds hit. And, you know, Taylor's one of Jacksonville's best defensive players. He just needs some maturity. He needs to learn the game. He gives Palestine an automatic first down after what? They were going to gain maybe 1 yard to get back to the line of scrimmage. First down at the Jacksonville 24.
So with 56 seconds to go in the first quarter, Palestine with a chance to go up 4 scores. Jared Walker under pressure, now cuts back to his right, finds the edge, finds some blockers, and he is deep into the Jacksonville red zone before he is finally stopped.
Well, Jacksonville had him dead to rights. DeVarian Boyd got there for Jacksonville. I mean, he had a sack. Walker was down, and Walker planted that foot, and he he Johnny Manziel DeVarian Boyd, if you know what I mean. He just twisted his body like he was playing Twister and got away from Boyd of Jacksonville. He gets up the field for a first down at the Jacksonville 5 after eluding the tackle by Boyd. 1st and goal. If you'd have told me that Palestine could go up 4 scores in the first quarter, I'd have said, I ain't taking that bet. Look at this.
The snap, the pitch, right side running it in, touchdown, Wildcats.
12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and
It's Elijah Walker just walks in again, Matt.
This is unbelievable.
And so just like that, with 12 seconds still to go in the first quarter, the score, Palestine 26, Jacksonville nothing. As Luke James comes on to attempt the extra point. Extra points, of course, brought to you all season long by Homes and Properties Realty. James's kick is up and good. Score now, Palestine 27, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Jacksonville Fightin Indian football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Ben Peacock, proud principal of Jacksonville High School. On behalf of the awesome students and staff members at JHS, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. From exceptional academics to a robust catalog of extracurricular programs, our campus provides a truly impressive array of opportunities for all Jacksonville students. For more information about Jacksonville High School, please visit jisd.org.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Glad you're with us. 12 seconds to go first quarter. Palestine leading Jacksonville by a score of 27-0 with another Palestine scoring drive summary. I'm getting tired of these, but here's Todd Travis. Todd?
4-play drive, covered 38 yards, finishing with a touchdown, putting the Wildcats up 27-0.
Kick is on the way. This is a short bouncer into Mallard. He's going to get a couple of blocks. Cut to his right. He's at the 30.
Oh, he's close.
And then spilled just as he was getting, you said it, Matt, just as he was getting to that top gear.
That Cash Bearden got the ball hit him. He's probably about 15 yards in front of Mallard. Ball came as a knuckleball right to him, and it bounced off his chest. And Mallard, you know, when he scooped it up, the Palestine kickoff coverage kind of outran their coverage. It's offsides Palestine. And let's see if Jacksonville's just going to take they're going to go ahead and get the football here and put their offense on the field. But Mallard was just one step away from maybe having another big one. So, guys, 6 seconds in the first, you're down 27-0. You're not going to get it all back on one series. You just got to peck away here.
Empty backfield, trips left, 2 right for the Indians. McCowan sets, looks, fires to his right, incomplete. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. So after 1 at the Tomato Bowl, our score, Palestine 27, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break as they change ends and come back. This is Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Huber Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Huber Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business. Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live as we get set to begin the second quarter of play. Palestine leading Jacksonville by a score of 27-0. As Ryan McCowan brings the Fightin Indians back out. And, Matt, it's starting to be cliche here, but you've got to score if you're Jacksonville. You've got to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if not, you're just keeping the ball away from Palestine. But you need to go score clearly to get back in the ball game. But as I said earlier, you just got to peck away. You were down 2 scores last week, and you came back. You're down 4 now. You got to press the pedal here.
Pistol formation as McCowan rolls to his left under all kinds of pressure, and down he goes all the way back to the Jacksonville 25.
Well, you're not playing Crandall. You're back in East Texas with East Texas speed. And Ryan McCowan extended the play so well last week against Crandall. Tonight, when he gets outside the pocket, they're running him down quickly, is Palestine. There's a lot difference in the speed level in Palestine than there was in Crandall last week.
So 3rd down and 19 for the Fightin Indians, and not a whole lot of real estate in that playbook dedicated to 3rd down and 19, I'm sure. So
no,
we'll see what
not many.
See what you've got here if you're Jacksonville. It's just a handoff to Mallard, and he will fight his way out to about the Jacksonville 33, bring up another 4th and long.
So instead of just, putting Ryan McCowan in a situation where he is having trouble getting his passes off with Palestine's rush size, we're just going to run the ball, see what we can get. Maybe Mallard breaks it. If not, we'll just punt the ball and see if the defensive adjustments that Kenny Kennedy's been trying to make over here can go into effect.
So let's see if Dylan Roberts can get a hold of one here as the snap bounces into him, and he's forced to quick kick it, and it's a short one, fielded about midfield, and just like that, Palestine back into Jacksonville territory.
Boy, what a heads-up play. I mean, Taylor for Palestine catches it on the dead run at the 50, and boy, Jermaine Taylor was right there, just hovering over him when he made the catch, and runs him down after a 5-yard return to the 45 of Jacksonville as we're at the 10:27 mark in this second quarter, 27-0 Palestine. Jacksonville has yet to stop the Wildcats offensively on all 4 of the Wildcat possessions.
So Jared Walker brings the Cats back to the line. He'll hand off, and over the left side,
Kobe Taylor.
Taylor will pick up a chunk.
Taylor picks up 6. We'll call it 5, actually. 2nd and 5.
And, of course, Palestine going to be in no hurry at this point as well, Matt. So even fewer opportunities with the ball if you're Jacksonville.
Not a sense of urgency right here for Palestine. They got a long human night to go. They're going to take their time.
Handoff this time again is to Dudley. He spins his way up the middle for 1st down yardage as he's down to the Jacksonville 34-yard line.
Again, it's that Palestine offensive line just controlling the Jacksonville defensive front. as linebackers having to come up and make tackles on these bruising running backs. Again, Walker just right there. He's a 10th grader. Shedrick Dudley's a junior. He's been hard to tackle. And, of course, the quarterback for Palestine has been quite elusive himself.
And right back to work goes Jared Walker. He will roll out and throw incomplete.
Good coverage by Jacksonville. Officials now, oh, they got a flag on the far side of the field. What is this? It's against Jacksonville.
Second down and 10.
Offsides Jacksonville? Oh my goodness. Aaron, could y'all turn my mic down for a second? Because I'm about to scream. I mean, there's the football. Look at it. Put your hand down and make sure you're not over the ball. Oh.
And so with 9:12 to go, the Palestine Wildcats driving again. And Jacksonville just helping them out.
Yeah, they don't need any help.
Walker with the pitch to Dudley. Dudley with some room on the left side. He'll be close to first down yardage.
Yeah, it looks like he got it. As they move the chains again, does Palestine? Actually, they did not, Aaron. I thought the side judge over there was ahead of that chain. Now he backed it up. Second down, about a half yard.
Second down, less than a yard.
Clock continues to tick with 8:47 and counting. Stay with us at the half for the Whataburger halftime report. We'll have the Jacksonville High School band along with the Cherokee Charmers and an interview with Jacksonville Superintendent Brad Stewart, who will join us at the Whataburger halftime report.
Jared Walker will throw again as he will throw
Picked
to the right
off!
side. He's intercepted. And Jacksonville back in business.
Dylan Roberts with the pick.
Interception by
As good pressure put on Jared Walker back there by Aiden Gay as the Fightin Indians get the turnover. That helps some as Dylan Walker gets the pick. Jacksonville will take over at their own 28-yard line. Finally, can we say that's about the best thing that's happened tonight so far for Jacksonville? I think we can.
I think you can. In
Yeah.
fact,
that wasn't a hypothetical question, by the way.
Yeah.
I won an answer.
In fact, it's about the only thing that's happened for Jacksonville to this point. But back to work goes the Fightin Indian offense. Trips right, one left go the receivers. McCowan checks down and incomplete.
Taylor took his off the ball. Sophomore. Good pass by McCown, and Jermaine just went out and did a nice job on the route, finding the open space and squatting. Ryan delivers the ball to him, and he just took his eyes off it and dropped second 10.
So 8:17 to go here in the first half. Jacksonville looking
Blitz.
to get on the board. Here comes the blitz. McCown climbs the pocket. He's got a man over the middle, and he just missed him.
That's what I was talking about earlier. And that's one thing that Ryan McCown will learn as he continues to progress as a varsity quarterback, is that when you see that guy like a Devin McEwen make that break and get that 1 yard, you've got to control your adrenaline, because immediately it spikes, and then all of a sudden that body strength kicks in, and you just want to throw that long pass, and you've got to just pull up a little bit because his arm is strong enough to just flip it out there. Third down 10 now.
So passing down again here for McCown. Let's see if he can get some protection. He rolls to his left, still looking. Now going to have to run. A flag flies on the near side.
It's going to be against Palestine. They just flattened Isaiah Mallard on the sideline over there. Now check that. That was Jermaine Taylor, who was going to do the he was doing an out and up, maybe stop and go, or whatever you want to call it. But as soon as he made that break, the corner tackled him, and there's the flag. So it's going to be an automatic first down for Jacksonville. It should be. Officials now talking to offensive coordinator Josh Moore, who's not happy. So apparently this is not going to be the call that we think it is. Wait a minute, are they picking this flag up? It looks like they may be. Wait. I can't tell.
Yeah, Coach Moore continues to express his frustration, and now.
I mean, it was clearly a tackle. I mean, if anything, okay, there you go. Huh. I don't know what Coach Moore was getting so upset about, but I mean, he was like.
Maybe just the fact that they let it happen.
I don't know. He got upset like they weren't not going to get the call. So maybe he lobbied his way into it. I don't know, but nevertheless, it's a first down, a much-needed first down for Jacksonville because it was 3rd and 10, and even if Ryan McCown would have got rid of that football to Taylor where he was, it would not have been near a first down. So break for Jacksonville. Take advantage of it. Officials still having a conference here. At least these guys are running, you know?
Yeah, you like to see a little effort out there.
I mean, yeah, look at the guy on the far side. See the line judge? Look at that. He's jogging. Those guys last week, I mean, I think they could have used a walker. I mean, they were walking that slow. I like that. First down 10 Jacksonville on 37.
Indians with 3 receivers right, 1 left for McCowan. As he is under pressure, rolls to his right, now going to try to reset. Fires out.
McEwen.
And it's caught. Devin McEwen comes up with a big Bill McRae Ford first down.
Yeah, that's the first similarity to last week's ball game against Crandall where McCowan was looking to one side and decided nothing's there. I'm going to extend this and go to the other side. And then his receivers do a good job of scrambling, and it was McEwen that Ryan McCown finds for a Bill McRae Ford first down to the 47 of Palestine. Just keep plugging, keep punching it down, and get your score.
McCowan, 3-step drop, now going to have to climb up in the pocket. He's got pressure from behind. He loses the ball, it looked like.
Going forward, arm going forward. Nope.
Signal is Palestine ball.
Can't argue that. The ball got knocked out before Ryan really got into his throwing motion. I was just hoping that they would say that, but just hit from behind. Palestine with a heavy rush. 3 turnovers now for Jacksonville. They got one back a moment ago on the Dylan Roberts interception, but takes the ball out to the 40. Jacksonville gets it out to the 48 before they turn it over. No turnovers last week against Crandall, already 3 in the first quarter and a half.
So 7:13 to go. Palestine leading 27-0, and here's the pitch to Elijah Walker, and just like that.
That's Kobe Taylor.
That's Kobe Taylor. Good spot, Matt.
Yeah, they
appreciate that.
3 cats right there, man. They got 3 guys. That's Kobe Taylor. He's a senior, and then of course Elijah Walker's had the big game. He's a sophomore, and then Shedrick Dudley, the junior. And these guys really know how to run the football, and it certainly does not hurt when you have that kind of offensive line, Aaron.
You know, they have a thing about turning out running backs over there in Palestine.
I heard about that.
There was a guy a few years ago, I think I remember.
And there was actually a guy before him that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Ivory Lee. I did the games when Ivory Lee was playing. He was pretty darn good. Now, I wasn't doing the games when Bill Bradley played back in '64, but he was pretty good too.
Yes, he was. 6:20 and counting as the Wildcats come to the line again. A handoff this time to Dudley. And he keeps his feet churning ahead for first down yardage, down to about the Jacksonville 37.
Yeah, just, you know, you can't, you got to tackle the ball player. I know that Jacksonville wants to try to create a turnover, but somebody's got to make the tackle and then maybe somebody else come and strip the ball. But if you're going in there strictly to strip the ball when the guy's running between the tackles, that's probably not going to work. You need to make the tackle. And Jacksonville right there, he just slipped through, first down. So play clock just now turned on as Palestine continues to. Now they get up to the line, Hurricane, they snap the ball quickly.
This time the handoff up the middle.
Just driving his legs. The sophomore Walker of Palestine. Keelan McCullough with a tackle. He'll check out of the ball game, but not before McCullough picks up about 3, 2nd and 7.
Second down, 7.
5:15 and counting here until the half. As Matt said, stay with us at the half. We'll have the Whataburger halftime report. We will bring you the Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band, the Cherokee Charmers, and also an interview with JISD Superintendent Brad Stewart. Pitch this time is to Walker, left side running. Lots of blocks out there for Elijah Walker. And down deep into Jacksonville's red zone. He's finally pushed out at the 16.
Boy, Walker's just a 10th grader, but I don't know if you noticed, but the way that he gets his pads underneath the way he runs, and he runs downhill, as they say, and then he puts his hand on the lead blocker's back, and then he goes off that block. That's pretty heady stuff for a 10th grader to run like that. And he gets it down to Jacksonville's 16-yard line, first down.
Straight up the middle again, and spinning out of contact and in. Touchdown Wildcats. That's Germany Walker.
Germany Walker. It's like they tried to spell Germany and they messed up. Germany Walker with the touchdown. I just cannot believe this score. I mean, it is dead silent on this Jacksonville sideline. Hands on hips. Like, what is happening? This is terrible.
Palestine's Luke James out to attempt to add the extra point, which he does. Extra points brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. So with 4:38 to go until halftime, score Palestine 34, Jacksonville nothing. Looks like a short break and come back. You're listening to Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Hi, this is Ben Peacock, proud principal of Jacksonville High School. On behalf of the awesome students and staff members at JHS, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. From exceptional academics to a robust catalog of extracurricular programs, our campus provides a truly impressive array of opportunities for all Jacksonville students. For more information about Jacksonville High School, please visit jisd.org.
We're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 4:38 to go in the half. Palestine leading 34-0 with another quick Palestine scoring drive summary. Here's Todd Travis. Todd?
It was another 5-play drive, covered 49 yards, ending with a touchdown, putting the Wildcats up 34-0.
Boy, Luke James is a weapon for Palestine. He's made, 4 of his 5 extra points, and he's had 2 non-returnable kickoffs. He puts it back there, doesn't he? Big guy for a kicker, too.
Yeah, and Ryan says, remember, the one he missed was a 30-yard extra point.
Hello, T. How are you, man? T. Kennedy, man, one of the great quarterbacks in Jacksonville history. In the stands there, got a chance to speak to him. He still looks like he could play.
We have one of these blue helmets. We'll fit
has he got any eligibility left?
See what we've got going here.
Can he still play?
All right, so first down for Jacksonville after the touchback. The ball sitting at the Indian 25. McCown hands off to Mallard, and he will take it around the right end.
Mallard says, hey, I'm going to run this ball. You either come with me or I'm going to leave you behind. Mallard showing some moxie there. Tough run.
Picks up 3. That'll take the clock down under 4 minutes, so Jacksonville needs to go quick here. The Indians will be getting the ball to begin the second half, so if you can stack a couple of scores back-to-back here, you may have a different ball game.
That's what they did last week, Aaron. They deferred to the second half, and Wayne Coleman said, we're going to go score. He did. Well, it'd be good to get one here and do that again.
So back in the pistol this time. Handoff again is to Mallard. Right side running. He's got room for a chunk of yards that will result in Bill McCray Ford first down.
Yeah, it looks like he got it. Let's see where they're spotting. Yeah, he did. Good call, Aaron. So they'll get the chains moved and turn the clock back on. They already have. So little up-tempo here. Got to get moving. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just go down and do your job and get a score.
Well, this is when you're glad you're driving toward the north end zone. If you're Jacksonville, you don't have to look at the scoreboard.
Good point.
Handoff again is to Mallard, and he will make a few miss. Again, up the middle, pickup of about 4. Let's check that.
So Josh Moore, the offensive coordinator for Jacksonville, decided on this drive.
Sorry, Matt.
No, go ahead.
JT Johnson had checked in, and he got the carry, so I want to make sure and clean up that mistake.
Good spot. Been waiting for JT to get some carries, but, man, the kind of game Isaiah had last week, it was hard to pull him out, but here's JT, the senior, with a carry.
So McCowan hands off again to Johnson, and he tries to turn the corner, not able to do it. Flags come in, though.
And it's probably going to be against Jacksonville because I see a Palestine helmet out in the middle of the field. And typically that's somebody pulled the helmet off.
Yeah, I think the player, and Ryan's saying, I think the player who lost his helmet actually made the tackle, which I don't know.
Oh, that's a flag.
I don't know how that works. That's got to be a penalty.
Well, they throw a flag on that, yeah. It's the Jason Witten rule, if you remember that.
That's right.
Yep. So it is. It's going to be against Palestine. How about that? I mean, I understand you're trying to protect, but a guy loses his helmet, and then he goes and makes the tackle. You think, man, what a physical human being.
Yeah,
but we're going to throw a penalty on you for it.
In the old days, he'd have been defensive player of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, old days, man.
Old days, like,
the
Mike
90s.
Ditka. Or even in the 90s.
Yeah, really.
Probably, to be honest.
It's the rule, though. They call it.
Anyway, 2:23 and counting. First quarter, McCowan looks right, throws, caught. First down yardage of Bill McCray Ford, first down.
Yeah, and again, McEwen with the wherewithal to get out of bounds. He got the first down, steps out of bounds to stop the clock. Jacksonville has 2 timeouts remaining, as that will push the football to the 39-yard line of Palestine. So man, oh man, don't you need a score right here?
Ball sitting at the Palestine 38-yard line. 2:16 to go first half. McCowan hands off.
JT.
Straight ahead goes Johnson, still moving the pile.
Number 3, JT Johnson.
So now you got to get going here. You're going to go under 2 minutes right here. Can't carry those timeouts with you, but you want to save those in case you get in the red zone. You got to take some shots. Oh man, they're taking their time right here with McCowan over here. What are we doing?
Yeah. Finally, he's got the play.
Oh, wow.
But so 1:42 and counting here. You got to go.
Oh, man. The tempo's just not there for me right there.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Johnson to the right side of McCowan in the backfield. McCowan drops back, rolls right. Got to find a man. Throws deep into the end zone.
He's holding him. Oh, they grabbed his shirt.
And no call.
Oh,
Incomplete.
Man. Did you see that? It looked like he reached out and he grabbed the kind of like around the belt buckle there of McEwen. Ah, no call. Stops the clock with 1:19. Second down, about 6 to go. No, what? Now we got a penalty. Hey, what is this?
Mark it off against the Wildcats.
It's roughing the passer. They hit Ryan McCown after he released the ball, so automatic first down. Pushes the ball to the Palestine 18-yard line. So another break for Jacksonville. So let's capitalize on this if you're Jacksonville. And put it in the end zone some way, somehow. You got time.
So Mallard back in there in the backfield with McCowan. They're going to stack up this left side of the formation, or the Fightin Indians.
Come on.
10 seconds on the play clock.
They got time.
Jacksonville still trying to get set like they want it. As McCowan rolls to his left, now looks that way, fires short and incomplete.
And we got a flag coming in late right there. And I think Calvin Bryant wasn't sure. He's looking at the coaches right now, and he ran a little hook route, but he wasn't supposed to. The ball was delivered to McEwen in the corner. It was short. I don't think Calvin Bryant ran the right route, but there's a flag that came in late from the back judge. Didn't see what happened. I didn't really see any contact or any holds or anything by Palestine. Here comes the official now with the call. He's going to call pass interference on Jacksonville. And, I want to say it probably was Calvin Bryant, because when the ball was in the air, he wasn't sure where to go, and he pushed off the defender. And that's why Calvin was looking back at the coaching staff, because he kind of knew, when you do something wrong, you kind of put your hands up like, I didn't do anything. And you did. So they got him.
Yeah, you kind of have that deer in the headlight type look.
Yeah. What, me? I didn't do anything. I think they practice that at defensive back school. You get pass interference and you look at the refs and go, what? You put your hands up?
Yeah, you got to learn how to be incredulous.
1st and a mile.
2 right, 1 left go the Indian receivers for McCowan. McCowan with a little bit of time now, the pocket collapses. He rolls left, now resets, fires left, and it's caught for a big Bill McCray Ford first down. Devin McEwen.
He's going to be just maybe the nose got the first down. It's going to be tight, but what a throw by Ryan McCowan. There was no place he could have thrown the ball any better than right there, because the defender had a beat on the ball, and McCowan just kept it down the sideline. The only guy that could get the football was Devin McEwen, and he makes a fantastic catch for the first down and goal to goal for Jacksonville, their deepest penetration of the evening, the Palestine 8-yard line. Wildcat, and it's Isaiah.
And Mallard takes the Wildcat snap, runs to his right.
He's in.
And he's there. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Why don't they do that a little more? Really, honestly, I don't think Palestine was ready for that. They kind of look like Jacksonville defensively right there, as Mallard just kind of picked his hole, which he is so good at doing. He did it last year on kickoff returns. Now he's doing it as a running back, and right there, the direct snap and the Wildcat for Jacksonville's first touchdown at the 58-second mark, finally, of the second quarter. So here's Bergara out of the hold of Ryan McCowan. The Fighting Indians get at least one of those scores back, and they'll get the ball to start the second half.
This extra point attempt brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty is up and good from Bergara. So 58 seconds to go to the half. Jacksonville finally on the board. The score, Palestine 34, Jacksonville 7. We'll come back after a short break. You're listening to Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 58 seconds to go to the half. The Fighting Indians finally on the board, trailing Palestine 34-7 with the first Fighting Indians scoring drive summary of the evening. Here's Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 10-play drive, covered 75 yards, finishing with an 8-yard run by Isaiah Mallard for a touchdown, making the score Indians 7, Wildcats 34.
I mean, clearly, it's an understatement to say that Jacksonville had to have a score right there before the half. No doubt, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. But, hey, there's enough time for Palestine here. You got to still play defense.
High pop-up kick to the near side, looking for the live ball, but the catch is made cleanly.
Okay, I thought they said he caught a fair catch. I didn't see a fair catch.
Yeah, there was no signal. He did make the catch, though. So
now there's a flag. Look back at the 5-yard line and on the left down here. I'm not sure what there's a flag way back. They're going to call procedure against Palestine. Wait. Procedure against Jacksonville.
Against Jacksonville's the call.
So how does he make that call from way back there? I mean, I'm not an official, but he's back on the opposite end of behind the Palestine kickoff team, and he calls Jacksonville for procedure? I don't know. I do not know. Any football officials out there can school me, but that is a long distance call right there. First down, Palestine.
Ball sitting at the Palestine 40-yard line. The pitch and room to run, and back into Jacksonville territory go the Wildcats.
Well, Fightin Indians have just, Caden Franklin is just struggling tonight as he's getting pinned, pushed, shoved, and just having a difficult time. Undersized up there against that big offensive line. First down, Palestine.
Walker fakes a handoff, rolls right, throws over the middle and incomplete.
Good thing it was a bad throw because his receiver was open and he'd still be running. Wow, what a break for Jacksonville. Stops the clock with 32 seconds as Walker was rolling to his right, and he just grounded it into the turf, or he's going to have perhaps another score. Fans, stay with us for the Whataburger halftime report. We'll have our All Smiles halftime interview with head coach Wayne Coleman. And anybody want to come down and do that, they're welcome to. He's not going to be happy, but hey, we'll do it.
It's possible that he won't be all smiles. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I had to do it.
That was good.
The pitch is to Walker, and around the left side he goes. Picks up another nice chunk of yardage.
You just don't see teams running the Green Bay sweep like that anymore. And that's exactly what Palestine is doing. It is a toss pitch. And again, as I said in the first quarter, you get a seal here, a seal there, and you run into the alley. And Palestine has the cats that can do it, no pun intended. Picks up 7, 3rd and 3, and Jacksonville's just trying to get to the half here without giving up a score.
Walker going to throw to his left, got a man, and got lots of room to run with a block. And another first down for the Wildcats.
Stops the clock with 16 seconds. As now the play clock's been turned on as Jared Walker, over getting his play from the Palestine sideline, checks in. As I said, Jacksonville, boy, how disheartening would it be if you give up on here at the end of the first half? And they're gassed. I mean, it's a humid night here at Tomato Bowl. I mean, it's hot for both teams, but Jacksonville is just that defense, man. They're whizzed right now, buddy. Look at the hands on the hips on one knee.
So 16 seconds for the Wildcats.
So now they're asking the press box to put some more time on the clock. That's the pause here.
Do they have to?
Yeah, he's telling.
Do they really have to?
No, come on, man.
I mean,
we don't need them to have more time.
That's what I was getting at.
So Bobby Bain, the veteran referee of this crew from Tyler, gets his 2 seconds put back on the clock. And there's 18. Oh, whistle. Timeout, Jacksonville. That's their second. They'll have one left.
So we'll take it with them for a short break. You're listening to Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Bromlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville Athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. a community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
And we're back live this short Tomato Bowl coming out of the timeout.
Mallard comes in late defensively.
Palestine looking to drive again as Walker looks for a receiver, now pulls it down, keeps it himself.
Nice. Hitting with a tackle.
A few. Big tackle, as you said there, Matt, from Darian Hinton.
Yeah, Walker scrambled, looked deep, and boy, I thought he was going after Mallard right there, who came in very late to the cornerback position. And, you know, we said before the season started that Wayne Coleman wanted to two-platoon this football team and have Isaiah just play running back. But he said there were going to be times where he would have to have some of those offensive stars like Devin McEwen, like an Isaiah Mallard, maybe play a little defense to get their athleticism on the field. We saw that right there. And Mallard had his man covered, so Walker had to pull it down, and Darian Hinton makes a nice tackle. Next week, on the road again to Henderson to play the Henderson Lions, as the Lions under a new head coach who also just happened to bring his 6'4" quarterback son with him, and he's not bad. Henderson beat Hallsville, one of Jacksonville's 9-5A Division II district opponents, beat them last week 48-47. So Henderson with the 1-point win last week. So it's Jacksonville and Palestine here with 10 seconds remaining in the first half.
Looks like Palestine going to take one more shot as Jared Walker to the end zone. He's intercepted.
Yes, very good. Is that Mallard? No, that's Cash Bearden, perhaps, number 6.
That's
Cash. Sure
Cash.
is. Cash Bearden with the pick. So Jacksonville keeps Palestine out of the end zone. They'll bring it back out to the 25, and Jacksonville, I'm sure, will take a knee, and then we'll get Wayne Coleman's comments on the All Smiles halftime report, or halftime interview, I should say. It's the Whataburger halftime report after that. So you get the ball back to start the third quarter, Aaron, and, you know, you talk about it's so cliche for me to ask Coach Coleman here in just a moment, you know, what kind of adjustments are you going to make at the half? That's what everybody asks a coach at, you know, at the half. And I've had several coaches tell me, you know, off the air, you know, coaches don't like it when you ask that, you know. I go, why? Because you can't? And they, you know, some of them laughed, some of them didn't. But I'll try to stay away from that cliche question.
Yeah,
I'll just ask him about the weather.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Coach, you need some water? Like your hat.
Neighbors to the north at halftime. Caddo Mills 28, Bullard Panthers 14.
2 receivers each way for the Indians as they have 4 seconds on the clock here, so you could theoretically take a shot. It looks like that's what McCowan is going to try to do, but he's under pressure. He will check it down. What nice play if you had a little bit more time, as they would have had the first down yardage.
You kind of get a feel that Jacksonville's kind of feeling a little bit offensive-minded. I mean, they're kind of getting their feet under them after such a bad start, and you hope that can carry forward this second half. We have head coach Wayne Coleman with the All Smiles halftime interview. Coach, man, did not expect that kind of a start by Palestine.
They got a really good offense. They're really good. I mean, that's why they went 3 rounds deep.
Is that the Green Bay Packers sweep? That's what it looks like.
I'm not old enough to tell you that.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you are. Well, you can watch NFL films. It's there.
Yeah.
Coach, offensively, it kind of felt like on that last drive you started to get a feel for things. It isn't like your offense is not producing, although Palestine's put some nice pressure on McCowan, but your defense is kind of putting you in some bad spots.
We're not able to get the big play on them right now, and trying to get 10 and 12 play drives in high schools is really tough. They're getting big plays just on turnaround and tossing the ball because they're driving us off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the difference last week was Ryan was able to extend plays. Tonight they're running him down.
Yeah, they've got a lot better team speed, it looks like, than Crandall does.
Last week you deferred, you came out and you scored. Obviously that's the plan now in third quarter.
No doubt. We need to get a little momentum back.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles halftime report. Back up to you, Ryan. Aaron,
Thanks, Matt. We'll
Aaron, Ryan, Todd.
Yeah,
all you guys.
We're all here. The gang's all here, Matt. We'll take about a 2-minute break and come back. You are listening to Fightin Indian Football here on JHS-Sports.com.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Did you know that Homes and Properties realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
And we are back live. It is halftime here at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Palestine leading Jacksonville by a score 34-7. You're listening to the Whataburger Halftime Report. We'll remind you that our friends at Whataburger, you make the order and they'll make it fresh. And just what the doctor ordered was that Jacksonville score before the end of the first half, but Jacksonville needing some more momentum. We'll see if they can do that. But right now, back on the field level, Matt Montgomery has got a very special guest. And so, Matt, we'll send it back down to you.
Thank you, Aaron. Yes, we are joined on the Whataburger Halftime Report by Jacksonville Superintendent Brad Stewart. Brad, thanks for being with us, and appreciate you joining us. And you know, we kind of go back a little ways, a little bit to the Corrine Community Days. So congratulations on you got the job in the spring. You accepted it. Talk a little bit about that transition for you. I know you've been here a long time. You're a local Jacksonville guy. Has it been a bit different, though, being the superintendent?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, you know, it's a very humbling thing to be able to be a part of a school district that I grew up in. You know, I met my wife here. All 3 of my children have gone to school here. I feel like I've been very fortunate to build a lot of positive relationships with the staff that we work together as a great team, along with the community as well, you know. So it's a great thing.
Of course, we'll talk about some of the COVID stuff going on because that's the hot topic right now, and I know that you guys have been talking a lot about that. But there's so many good things going on in the JISD right now. After last year struggling so much, everybody did. I mean, the facilities are second to none. The city's growing. Talk about some of the good things that are happening, as well as some of the challenges that you guys are looking at as well, outside of COVID.
Absolutely. Well, you know, almost you have to talk about the good things because of the challenges that we're facing. You know, it's been a very challenging year and a half, going on 2 years now. But the success that I would really want to focus on is our students and our staff. You know, without having a long time to really get into it, the thing that I'm the most proud of is through all of those challenges, when we really looked at how our students did during a very tough year last year and how hard our staff worked, we made gains and picked up 13 additional areas that our students outscored the state. Wow. You know, and that's just phenomenal, and it speaks to how hard our kids work and how hard our staff work to take care of each other.
In a world of, we can call it negative news, those kinds of stories kind of, it's hard to filter down and get to them, and a lot of people may not realize that the scores improved because what you hear is, oh, the long distance learning or the home, you know, learning on the computer, that's been a disaster, and of course it was tough. But you guys overcame that with some higher scores.
Well, now think about it from this perspective, full transparency here.
Yeah.
The interrupted learning did affect every student nationwide in Texas and in Jacksonville with learning loss. So when we're proud of how we compared to the state, and we're very proud of that, there still are some challenging times ahead of us, and we've got a lot of road to make up and a lot of hard work to make sure that we get those kids back on target with where they were before all this started.
One of the questions that comes up a lot of times, a lot of people may not realize that, you know, how many students you have in your district depends on how much money that the school district gets. And unfortunately, Jacksonville has a lot of kids that either transferred, didn't come back. Where does Jacksonville stand from a total population standpoint, and how has that affected the budget?
Well, so actually last year we lost about 340 students, which really had an impact of almost $2 million if the state had not held us harmless. And you know, last year we had some pretty consistent messages statewide with how they're going to take care of attendance and not let that harm you financially. how we were going to look at accountability. There was some forgiveness there, and some of those things are not real consistently communicated yet as what this year's going to look like. But as of right now, we've got about 4,735 students back in enrollment.
Yeah, that's close to where you
That's
were.
Close, real close. The issue that we're going to miss is if we have a drop in our average daily attendance. And right now, we're usually 95, 96%. Right now, we're tracking in the mid-80s. So we'll have to watch and see how that plays out. But at the same time, there are some federal dollars that have come to local school districts to, if we have to, we can hold ourselves harmless and make sure that we have the funding. This year, we're good. We'll have to be very careful and look at our enrollment and ADA going forward for next year. And if those student numbers don't come back, we'll have to make some tough decisions going forward. But we're good now.
I know you guys had a meeting Monday night, and it's a daily fluid situation as we switch to the COVID talk, because a lot of our viewers may not be in touch as much as they need to be as far as what the protocol is for JISD. Where does the school district stand? Because, I mean, there's so many school districts around us that are shutting down until after Labor Day. Where does Jacksonville stand on that? What's the protocol going to be, and what would determine whether or not the JISD might shut down if it got too bad?
Absolutely. One of the things a lot of people doesn't realize is that, first of all, as a superintendent and a school board, we're charged with making sure we keep everything safe for our students while we still simultaneously respect the values of our community and follow the guidance of the Texas Education Agency and executive orders from the governor. So we get public health guidance from TEA that tells us how we have to, in essence, address COVID positive issues, which students have to be excluded, which staff has to be excluded, those types of things. One of the things we learned through remote instruction was that's not the way children learn the best, and that's not how we're trained to teach children. So as long as we can keep our kids in front of us, that's what we're going to try to do. And as long as we have the staff to take care of our students, our goal is to try to keep our campuses open.
One last thing about COVID, Brad, is that what people don't understand is the testing is just all over the place, and it's hard for you guys to track when a student's not there and they went and got privately tested, to track that. Is there a process for doing that instead of them getting tested in the office and say that kid tests positive, but what about the 3 or 4 that are in this class that maybe went and got privately tested? How do you guys track that?
So we have a phenomenal health services team that works very diligently on that, and they have protocol put in place. You mentioned testing. We are doing testing in district. We don't test any students unless we have parent permission, but we are required to do testing of staff members at work that are close contacts, and we have a close partnership with our local health department and work very closely with them, and so we do get reports from them for positives that are reported outside of the district that we track as well.
You've been a school person for so many years. Have you ever seen anything like this that just remotely just mirrors like the constant under the gun, we got to decide this, we got to decide that, since you've been in this business?
Never, and I would say that that's echoed by all of our colleagues across the state. We would have never expected something like this, and most of us have looked back at our transcripts, and we've never taken any coursework that shows us how to deal with the COVID situation either. So it's very fluid on a day-to-day basis. It's why you have to have great relationships and a great team surrounding you so that you can address each day, figure out what's in front of you, make the best plan possible to take care of your students and your staff.
Well, I got to say, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. I mean, with so many schools shutting down, you guys are able to keep it going. We appreciate you, and congratulations on getting the big chair. I mean, we couldn't have got a better guy. I really appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it.
Superintendent Brad Stewart, guys, we'll toss it back up to you.
Thanks very much, Matt. That was, of course, Superintendent of JISD, Brad Stewart. We're glad to have him on this evening, and thankful that he was able to take some time out of his busy schedule to talk about some of the things going on in JISD and some of the ways that the district is responding to these unprecedented times that we find ourselves in at the moment. The Indians find themselves on the wrong end of a 34-7 scoreline here at the halftime, as we bring it up back into the booth for the first half statistics, brought to you by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy, your hometown CPA, and he has been since the 1980s here in Jacksonville. We thank him for his sponsorship of the statistics all season long. And Todd, these numbers are not going to be great. So let's get into it, I guess. Turn around to the booth cam here. We're here with you live.
So first half, Jacksonville had 133 yards of offense on 32 plays, averaging 4.2 yards per play. We had 99 yards passing and 34 yards rushing. A little different.
Yeah, I was going to say a little drop off from what we saw in Crandall last week for sure.
And the big difference was the 2 turnovers. After last week, we didn't have any turnovers. So
2 or 3?
Yeah,
I think we had 3.
I've got 2 fumbles. I don't have a third.
2 fumbles in the pick. You had the DB get the pick at the 45 for the first one. So you've got 3 turnovers. So yeah, exactly.
I don't have that on my sheet here, but you're right.
Yeah, talking about just the change from last week. Obviously, the penalties were the issue last week that we haven't seen really so far, but the turnovers really coming up to bite the Indians here, and this is what you see as a result of that, especially when a team like Palestine able to turn them into points as quickly as they have been. Yeah.
A lot of success running the ball for Palestine. They had 296 yards of offense in the first half, with 229 yards of that being rushing. They had a little success throwing the ball. They were 3 completions on 7 attempts for 67 yards. Kind of shows where all the points came from.
Yeah, and Ryan, with a team like Palestine, talk about 3 for 3 throwing the ball. They don't have to throw the ball.
They really don't. No, they've been running it down our throat. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're able to get to that edge, and as Matt alluded to, it does, folks, look a lot like, if you've seen those old NFL films and the Green Bay Packers back in the day. That's the reference he's made, and it really does. I mean, you don't see this type of offense in high school football anymore, and I think what you're seeing is Jacksonville. I mean, they had a week to prepare, but when's the last time you've seen a team run something like this? So, if you're Jacksonville, you try to adjust on the fly as quick as you can to this type of offense, but boy, so far it just hasn't happened.
Well, they've got the offensive line to support it.
Yeah,
those guys carrying the ball
I don't know how big he is.
Athletes. They are definitely running the ball well.
Yeah, I mean, behind that kind of size and athleticism as well, if you get into space, which those running backs are great at doing, it can be game over. I mean, as we've seen. So, and Jacksonville's tried to answer and did with the score, but boy, the number's just not quite there for the Indians yet.
No, we're struggling tonight. McCowan, let's look at some individual stats. So McCowan, 8 completions on 13 attempts for 90 yards, had the 1 interception, and rushing, Mallard tonight, 10 carries for 40 yards and the 1 touchdown. And JT Johnson came in, he had 3 carries for 7 yards. So far receiving, Devin McEwen's pretty much caught all the balls. He's caught 8 of the 9 so far. So
yeah, and of course last week, one of the big things in the pregame that we talked about breaking down last week was the fact that there were 6 Indian receivers who actually touched the ball and contributed. And McCowan, this is not all on Ryan McCowan, but he's just not had the protection and the time to find any of those checkdowns, any of those secondary receivers. And so you just have not been able to get into the flow offensively against Palestine that you found against Crandall last week. And
how many total plays did you say that we've run?
32 plays.
Okay, so still on pace to run in the 60s.
Could be around 60 like last week.
You've got to think about ball possession and time of possession if you're Jacksonville. As we've seen from Palestine here so far, you're not slowing these guys down. So, those running backs, your running backs have got to step up their production, Mallard and Johnson as well. And we've just not seen that from Jacksonville thus far.
Well, I think we need to have a little more success throwing the ball to open up that run game. He's running hard and trying, but
yeah.
The turnovers are definitely killing our momentum too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and we talked about correctable errors as it related to the penalties last week, and those have been corrected to some degree. but the turnovers will kill you, and we've seen that so far. So Jacksonville looking to definitely turn things around in the second half. Going to take a little bit of a different approach to be able to do that, and some more ball possession, guys.
Get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And of course, last week we saw that that happened for Jacksonville. They scored, then they also got the ball right back on the squib kick on the ensuing kickoff. So you do something like that here, and we're talking about a different ball game here in a matter of a couple of drives, guys.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Climb out of this hole one play at a time.
Yeah, that's how you have to approach it, and you have to, I think, say, if you're Jacksonville, you've got the guys that can make the plays.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the guys. You saw 6 receivers make plays last week. You saw, Mallard over 100 yards. It can be done, and it's just a matter of belief as a team, I think, and also then just better execution.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got the band and the Charmers back down on the field, so let's turn it back down there.
All right. Again, those were our first half stats, and first half stats brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA. As we turn back around and turn our attention to the field, we'd like to thank Randy for sponsoring the statistics all season long. Randy is your hometown CPA. He also serves Jacksonville currently as our mayor, does a fantastic job. So thank you to Randy for sponsoring this part of the Whataburger Halftime Report. Reminder that if you make the order, Whataburger will make it fresh. And, Matt, we'll throw it back down to you to bring us the sights and sounds of the Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band and award-winning Cherokee Charmers.
Thank you, Aaron. The Cherokee Charmers now on the field for their halftime routine, and Jacksonville High School Band in the south end zone providing the music. Let's listen in, and we'll catch the PA giving us the introductions for all these students performing here at the half.
How's it going?
Cherokee Charmers performing here at halftime at Tomato Bowl.
The Cherokee Charmers are under the direction of Laura Guidry and Tiffany Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Cherokee Charmers. And now, introducing the Jacksonville Indian Majorettes, directed by Brianne G. Twirler officers are Junior Lieutenant Ellie Berry, First Lieutenant Madison Saltanova, and Captain Vanessa Sanchez. The twirler of the week is Angeles Grimaldo. Now hold on tight as the Majorettes perform to the 1980 Ozzy Osbourne hit, Crazy Train. The Jacksonville Independent School District is proud to present the 2021-2022 Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band. Tonight, the band will perform to War March of the Tartars and percussion feature Entry of the Gladiators. The band is under the field direction of junior drum majors Sarah McCullough and Camden Fontenot, along with senior drum major Angel Sanchez. Now at the center of the field, one of the most decorated military marching bands in the great state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. The Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band. direction of Donnie Barrier, Preston Parker, Preston Long, Catherine Barrier, Kim Beard, and Brianne G. Freshman of the week is Edgar Moreira. Band member of the week is Isabel Marquez. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band.
Jacksonville High School Band here at halftime at Tomato Bowl in the home opener with Jacksonville and Palestine as the Wildcats have jumped all over Jacksonville. The score at the half is Palestine 34, Jacksonville 7. Let's take a look around East Texas at some scores. In the Battle of Tyler, the Tyler Legacy Red Raiders 49, Tyler High School 27. That ball game about to start the third quarter. Down in Nacogdoches, Lufkin, that big rivalry, it's 10-7 Lufkin in the middle of the third quarter. Wow, closer than I thought that one might be.
Yeah, you can add me to that list as well,
Wow.
Matt. I'm sitting up here kind of scratching my head a bit.
Yep. Halftime in White House, Royce City 17 and White House 7. And by the way, a former Jacksonville Fightin Indian, Owen Stanfield, the son of one of our sponsors. Congratulations, Eric and Kathleen Stanfield. He's coaching at Royce City. So he's a little close to home tonight, coaching against the Wildcats of White House.
Owen always did enjoy beating White House.
He did. He sure did. Over in Gilmer, the Henderson Lions, who Jacksonville plays next week in Henderson. Gilmer having their way with Henderson at the half, 36-14. Carthage playing a non-UIL opponent. I'm not sure why that says that here. I don't know who that is. They're up, whoever it is, they're up 14-7 in the third, so it's pretty close. How about the Rusk Eagles? They're at Crockett right now. They're up 34-21 over the Crockett Bulldogs at the half. Caddo Mills 35-14 over Bullard. That ball game has just started the third quarter. Frankston all over Winona 32-0 at the half. Troop down 20-13 in the middle of the third to the Carlisle Indians. And the number 7 ranked team in Class 4A, Kilgore, 21-7 over Hallsville. That ball game just starting the third quarter. Another former Jacksonville Fightin Indian and who coached here a couple of times, James Bryant Darby, the offensive coordinator at Kilgore. They're leading again 21-7 over Hallsville. And how about this score? At the half, number 7 Longview in 5A Division I, 7-0 over the Marshall Mavericks at the half. Man, last week, District 9 5A Division II, Jacksonville's district went 2-6. A little bit tougher tonight. And here come the Jacksonville Fightin Indians. They'll get the football to start the third quarter. One more score of note in Jacksonville's district. Sherman leading Mount Pleasant 17-14 at the half. This has been the Whataburger Halftime Report. Appreciate Whataburger sponsoring all of our halftimes on JHS-Sports-Sports.com. You make the order. Whataburger makes it fresh. Aaron, I listened to the stats.
We need more stats. Was the consensus up here?
Man, that was almost 300 yards of total offense for Palestine in the first half. Of course, 90% of that was running the football, and that is something that's got to change. So if Jacksonville can come out and go down and get a score here and, get back to within, reasonable distance of this 34-7 halftime score, then your defense has got to come out and make some plays. You notice I withheld the coach. What kind of adjustments are you going to make at the half?
Yeah, you did a good job on that,
man. You had to use some restraint for that. It was more like, Coach, my goodness, what are you going to do at the half to change? I didn't do that either. So here we go, set to go. Second half about to get underway at Tomato Bowl. Palestine kicking off to Jacksonville, and here's Aaron Swink.
Kick is on the way. Another booming kick from James. This one will take one hop and out the back. So we talked in the pregame with Crandall last week. We thought they had a Division I kicker. That turned out to maybe not be the case.
Well, I found out why. I cornered Wayne Coleman on Monday, and I said, man, you made us look bad, dude. He said, I'm so sorry. He said, they told me the kicker had a pulled muscle, and that's why he didn't kick in the scrimmage. Well, the kid tore his ACL at a kicking camp.
Well, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
So here's Ryan McCowan on Jacksonville's first offensive possession of the second half. They'll start at their 25.
They'll have 2 Indian receivers on the left side, 1 on the right, and just like that, flags fly, and Jermaine Taylor looks like the culprit.
Well, I think they're going to either get Taylor or on the other side of the field. Who is that? Well, it's not Calvin Bryant. The numbers are all tucked up under his jersey. I can't tell who that is who jumped. Who is that out there? I'll find him.
So after the penalty, 1st and 15 for the Indians, the ball back on the Jacksonville 20-yard line. More movement up front. This time looked like it might have come from Palestine, although they might have been drawn off.
Right now the officials are saying they're going to give that 5 yards back to Jacksonville and keep it at 1st and 10 as the Wildcats jump. So nice job by Brantley Bauer, excuse me, Brent's his dad. Brantley Bauer, the offensive center for Jacksonville, snapping the ball when Palestine jumped off.
So back to 1st and 10 we go on the Jacksonville 25.
And by the way, it's Bart Bowers, his dad. I got to get that right.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
Look out.
Handoff is faked. McCowan keeps. He's going to roll left and throw a deep ball. Got his man.
What a play by Ryan McCowan.
How about extending a play as we talked about in the pregame from Ryan McCowan?
Did you see the bossa nova that he did? He was dead to rights in the backfield. I mean, they had him, and he just did the 1, 2, 3, 4, right, left, right, and got out of there. And he threw across his body, and he finds McEwen for a huge first down to the Palestine 44.
Yeah, Bill McCray Ford, first down, first of the second half for Jacksonville. So the Indians into Wildcat territory, looking to add some more points here as the pass is complete. Coverage is great, however.
Golly, that was a long time to blow the whistle there.
As McEwen just nowhere to go, and yeah, they did. They let him just continue, him continue to drive him back and just
to get hit,
take shots at him. Yeah,
he does pick up 4, so 2nd down, 6 to go. And you know, we talked about Devin McEwen and the hydration problems that he was having this week, and may only play half the game. So far, so good. He played the whole first half, and he's out there now. 2nd down, 6 now. It pushes the ball down to the Palestine 40 for Jacksonville.
McCowan's got Mallard in the backfield. He'll fake a handoff to him, McCowan, but he is under all kinds of pressure, and down he goes.
Billy Bateman, they just went right around him that time, the left tackle for Jacksonville, and had a stump play, and one guy went inside, one guy came around the edge, and Bateman went down to block the inside guy, and the other guy came around the edge, number 8. That's Gerard Walker. Is that right? The quarterback? Is that him? Yeah. Number 8. Wait a minute, or is that number 9? Oh, excuse me, that's number 9, Quante Gage. I was fixing to say, he's not playing defensive end and quarterback. That 8 looks like a 9, looks like an 8. 3rd down, 7, still no gain.
Jacksonville looking to extend the drive. McCowan going to have to throw to do it. Across the middle.
Jermaine,
and
that.
Just short, looking for Taylor, just short of a completion, that is, as it bounces in.
Yeah,
He's not able to quite bring it in there.
Jermaine's off. He's off tonight, and I'm not sure, why. Nobody knows why. I mean, these young men, sophomore. I mean, he's just a tad off tonight. That's his 2nd drop, and Jermaine Taylor does not drop passes like that, and that's his 2nd one right in his hands. Got to focus.
So 4th down in plus territory. Jacksonville will go for it. McCowan brings the Indians back to the line. Drops back, needs some time to find a man. Looks right, throws incomplete, and the Wildcats will take over on downs, almost intercepted.
Yeah, it should have been picked off. I mean, it hit Demazian Martin right in the hands. And amazingly, Jacksonville still had an opportunity to maybe catch the ball, because once it went through his hands, it went right into the hands of Calvin Bryant, and he just wasn't ready for it because it got tipped to him. Incomplete. Ball goes over and downs.
Hey, Matt, I just got a text message you might be interested in. My mom, of course, dance teacher here in town, as you know, says that she's impressed you know anything about the Bossa Nova.
How about that? Hey, I'm a Renaissance
You
guy.
are a Renaissance
Yes.
man. I've always said
that?
that. The handoff is to Dudley, and he's got all kinds of room to run around the right end, picks up the first down into Jacksonville territory.
Well, your mom needs to come over here and teach the Jacksonville defense how to dance toward the outside and seal the edge, because Palestine is absolutely wearing Jacksonville out on that toss pitch. I don't think Jacksonville stopped it maybe one time in the first half. And, of course, Jacksonville employs that 4-3 defense, and the guys on the outside, I mean, they're just nobody's getting there.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball sitting at the Jacksonville 42-yard line, 10:04 and counting. Just underway here, third quarter. And just like that, the Wildcats keep rolling. As Dudley
You almost want to
picks up the first down. Sorry, Matt.
No, I was going to say, you almost want to roll your cornerbacks up and let them be the ones that seal the edge and just play a cover two and let the corners come up and be like linebackers on the edge, and your safety's got everything. They've got each got a half of the field. Jacksonville doesn't do that, but man, I mean, I'm looking at it right here, and you haven't stopped it yet. Somebody's got to come up and roll that guy.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 28-yard line. A handoff again, this time to Dudley as he spins ahead. Now he's just moving the pile, still won't go down, and he's all the way down to the Jacksonville 16-yard line.
Well, this is a physical Palestine team. They went 3 deep last year in the playoffs, and coming into this 2021 season, looking at their lineup, I knew that Palestine had a lot of key players come back. What I didn't know is that they had a sophomore who was a freshman last year who was going to be that good. And I'm talking about Elijah Walker. What a huge surprise he's been. By the way, last night, Jacksonville's freshman went over to Palestine, won the game on a hook and lateral on the last play of the game from 50 yards. How about that? There you go.
Now the handoff, left side
tackle.
Running, and now he gets out of all the contact.
That's just terrible tackling.
And down inside the 10.
I can't say it any other way. Ty Crawford he broke 3 Jacksonville tackles. The first 2 would have been either for a loss or right at the line of scrimmage. And the third one at the 11, he broke. He stumbles down 1st and goal to the Jacksonville 7. And this high tackling that you can get away with maybe in freshman and JV ball, it doesn't work at the varsity level. You can't grab a guy around the shoulder pads. And those 2 tackles Jacksonville just tried to do, that's exactly where they were. That's their point of contact.
So 8:34 and counting. The handoff, and down near the 1, and slung down and just short. Goes Walker.
It is a physical front for Palestine, and that was the game plan coming in. We talked about it in pregame that was going to be the key matchup of this ball game, was going to be the fronts. Can Jacksonville's defensive front match up with Palestine? We have our answer. They cannot. They haven't. They can start, but they haven't done it yet.
And straight ahead they go.
He's in.
And he's there. So just like that, score now Palestine 40, Jacksonville 7. As Jared Walker just plunges in for the score.
So we keep talking about sealing the edge. Well, those last 2 plays, those were between the tackles. So it's almost as if Palestine says, we'll beat you outside, we'll beat you inside. And they've been able to do that. Here's the extra point.
Luke James to attempt the extra point, which is brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. It is good. So with 8:03 to go, third quarter, our score now, Palestine 41 and Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
And we're back. 8:03 to go, third quarter. The score, Palestine 41 and Jacksonville 7. With another Palestine scoring drive summary, here's Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 6-play drive, covered 59 yards, finishing with a touchdown. Making the score Palestine 41, Jacksonville 7.
Stop me if you've heard this before, but Luke James booms another one into the end zone for a touchback.
That's four times that he's kept Isaiah Mallard, the kick return extraordinaire for Jacksonville, just kept him from being able to run it out. Woo, ugly.
And the rest of the Wildcats have kept the rest of the Indians from doing much of anything as well.
That's exactly right. So Jacksonville now coming out for their second possession. That first one not bad, had a few first downs out of it, and it just ran out of downs. Drop passes, mistakes.
Indians come to the line with one H-back, two receivers on the right, one on the left. McCowan going to roll his right now, going to set, throw a deep ball.
McEwen.
And McCowan to McEwen, the most common combination we've seen tonight.
Well, I started watching that combination when those two young men were freshmen. And, boy, they clicked as freshmen just as they're clicking now as juniors. And is McEwen the only Jacksonville receiver that's caught a pass tonight? I mean,
pretty much. We had one pass, I think, was to Isaiah.
Okay, yeah. Man, last week 6 caught him.
Yep. 2 right, 1 left go the Indian receivers. McCowan looking right for a check down. He's got a man.
Skyler.
That's
Skyler
he's
Whitaker.
Down over the 40. He picks up the Bill McRae Ford first down to Skyler Whitaker. First time we've called his name this evening.
Skyler Whitaker. That's what a name. He ought to be on the Bold and the Beautiful. Skyler Whitaker. You don't like that, Kobe?
You said it, Matt.
Kobe's shaking his head. He doesn't like that.
7:04 and counting. Jacksonville driving now into Wildcat territory at the 38, and this one blown dead.
What? Oh, we got timeout.
Timeout is called
Palestine.
By Palestine, so we will take the short break with them and come back. You're listening to Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we're back, 6:57 to go, third quarter. Jacksonville driving into Palestine territory, ball at the 38-yard line as the Indians come back out of the Palestine timeout. McCowan rolls to his right under pressure, now back to his left. He's got to get rid of the ball. He does. A check down to Mallard, and Mallard's got blockers, and he is all the way down near the Palestine 10-yard line. A big Bill McCray Ford first down.
I can't tell you how impressive that scramble was by Ryan McCowan. I mean, he was caught, and like I said, and Miss Jill, you're going to love this. He did the bossa nova again. Okay, that's the only one I know. I'm sorry, but anyway, he did. He stepped up, threw it, got it away, and Mallard gets down to the 11-yard line.
So 6:25 and counting. First and 10, the ball at the 11, as Matt said. McCowan looks right, throws.
Ryan
complete. Walker down inside the 10, near the 5, and he's pushed out. So Jacksonville, goal to go again.
So looks like Jacksonville now will go into the Wildcat formation as McCown stays in at quarterback. Now he will come out, check that, he's staying in at quarterback. With the Wildcat, he'll come out in the slot, but Isaiah Mallard in the backfield with McCowan.
McCowan takes the snap, rolls right now under pressure, got to climb the pocket, looks, throws into the end zone. It's caught, touchdown Jacksonville.
What a dipsy doodle right there. Again, stepping up in the pocket. And it's Ryan Walker, the 10th grader, getting his first varsity catch for the touchdown. Or actually his first touchdown catch. He caught one that got it down to the 5. So 2 consecutive catches from Ryan Walker gets Jacksonville on the board, 41-13. And here is Bergera out of the hold of McCowan.
Extra point attempt from Bergera is brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. The kick is up and on the way and good. So 6:09 to go, third quarter. The score now, Palestine 41, Jacksonville 14. It's a palindrome, folks. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville Athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville. Jacksonville now trailing Palestine by a score of 41-14 as sophomore Ryan Walker picks up his first varsity touchdown. Here's Todd with another Fightin' Indian scoring drive summary. Todd?
It was a 5-play drive, covered 75 yards.
Short kick to the near side is. Did he signal fair catch, Matt?
Oh, he clearly signaled fair catch.
Because there's a huge hit.
He clearly signaled fair catch.
That's not
Cash Bearden just came in and
permissible.
annihilated him.
Yeah.
These are just don't get me started. I mean, these are things that take you out of ball games and things that make games you're already out of even worse. I mean, you gotta have your head up and you gotta look at the guy waving his arm. He's right in front of you and he's waving his arm. Why would you go in there and annihilate him like that? I don't get it. Ryan, we didn't mean to step all over your drive there, but it was a 75-yard drive and it was a good one.
And so back to work goes Elijah Walker, who gets the pitch. And he has got first down yardage and more down near the Jacksonville 30.
It's just been a series of of bad angles for Jacksonville defensively. That time, Jermaine Taylor, the outside linebacker, when that pitch goes, I mean, you've got outside contain. You can't get up the field. He's going to go right around you. And, again, these are things that, you know, Jermaine's a 10th grader that he will learn. I mean, he's a physical specimen. Great player. But it's the little things at the varsity level like that. Angles, steps. Oh, man.
So 1st and 10, Palestine from the 30-yard line of Jacksonville. And just like that, the Wildcats back inside the Jacksonville 10.
Yep, it's Germany Walker.
Palestine leads the region in walkers, by the way.
They must. You got Jordan Walker, Jared Walker. There's Germany Walker. There's Elijah Walker. I think that's it. 4 of them.
I'm expecting Walker, Texas Ranger to carry the ball for these guys. Yeah. 5:32 and counting. 1st and goal for the Wildcats from the Jacksonville 7 as they look to extend this already impressive lead.
Got a hold.
Jared Walker under pressure. Now a hit on him after the flag flies.
Yeah, it's a hold on Palestine. They're going to get Jarrett Henry with the hold, number 65. It looked like he actually took Aiden Gay's shirt off of him and put it on. It was that much of a hold.
What you're saying is it was blatant.
Yeah. Jacksonville's going to decline the penalty because they made a nice defensive play. You don't want to give them an extra one, so it's declined. So now it'll be 3rd down at the 10. Check that 2nd down, excuse me, because it was 1st and goal. 2nd down and goal for Palestine at Jacksonville's 10-yard line.
So go under 5 minutes when they snap this one here in the 3rd quarter. In a game that has just gotten away from Jacksonville. As the pitch this time is to the left side.
Nice tackle.
And a good tackle there.
Jalen McGowan coming in and cutting the legs out of Elijah Walker. That works. You know, I've been told that it's difficult to run without legs. And if somebody cuts your legs out and not grabs you around the top of the shoulder pads, you got a pretty good chance of going down, making the tackle. And tonight, guys, that right there was a good example. I mean, when you tackle like that and you strip down, that'll work.
So 3rd and goal from the Jacksonville 5 this time. Little misdirection, handoff, a flag comes in.
He got in the end zone.
He's in the end zone, but looks like that'll be should be another hold on Palestine, you would think, from where the flags came.
That's going to be the call. As the officials now taking their pick which one. It's going to be number 67. Check that. Pedro Garcia Castillo is 66 who's going to get called for the hold. Well, I got that wrong again. That is actually Caleb Hagens. Excuse me, Caleb Hagens, number 57, with the hold for Palestine. Chop block. It is not a hold. It's a chop block. And there was 2 flags in, so clearly he must have done something where 2 flags come in, and it was the chop block. So now 3rd and goal. Oh, they're going to move it back. Wayne Coleman said, hey, well, wait, chop block. You just marked it off 10 yards. That's 15 yards. No, wait a minute. It's a 10-yard. Yeah, he called it a 5-yard penalty. It's supposed to be 10.
Yeah.
Now he got it. Just outside the 20 now. 3rd down goal at the Jacksonville 20 for Palestine.
So under 4 minutes to go here, 3rd quarter, and Palestine finally hitting a little bit of a roadblock, perhaps. I mean, it's already 41-14. But
self-induced, though.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit like we saw Jacksonville last week. Jared Walker roll out to his left, and then this one will be blown dead.
Procedure against Palestine, perhaps, because they blew the play dead. Exactly. Yeah, it is. It's 3 penalties in a row now against the Wildcats after having it 1st and goal at the Jacksonville 5.
Yeah, Palestine going to take a timeout here. So we'll take it with them. You're listening to Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And we're back live, 3:44 to go here in the third quarter at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Aaron Swink, Ryan Travis, Todd Travis, and Matt Montgomery along with you here on JHS-sports.com. 3rd and goal for the Wildcats, but all the way back at the Jacksonville 25 after 3 consecutive penalties as Jared Walker going to look to throw deep into the end zone. He's got him in, but he overthrows everybody.
Jacksonville beat on the play. Cash Bearden pointing at himself, and he just got beat. Fortunately, that ball was overthrown. Man. Jacksonville has some work to do defensively, and we knew that coming into the season that it was going to be a young secondary. I thought last week Jacksonville played pretty good in the secondary. Tonight, a little bit out of place, and here's the long field goal attempt here, guys. What is this, 42?
James with the kick on the way.
Oh,
and
my
he
goodness.
makes it.
It hit the crossbar and snuck over.
As he just sneaks it in. That is a field goal brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. And Luke James, we talked about his leg strength all night, but he just got that one there. But that was from distance. What was the
42?
The yardage? 42 on that one. So 3:37 to go, third quarter. Our score now, Palestine 44 and Jacksonville 14. We'll take a short break and come back for more Fightin Indian football on JHS-sports.com.
Hi, this is Ben Peacock, proud principal of Jacksonville High School. On behalf of the awesome students and staff members at JHS, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. From exceptional academics to a robust catalog of extracurricular programs, our campus provides a truly impressive array of opportunities for all Jacksonville students. For more information about Jacksonville High School, please visit jisd.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family care, exercise rehab, digital x-ray.
And we are back live. 3:37 to go, third quarter. Palestine leading Jacksonville by a score of 44-14. Luke James kickoff this time, dribbles out of bounds on the near side.
So Jacksonville will take the defensive penalty and go ahead and mark it and get their offense on the field, down 30 as we'll start the fourth quarter. That was the last play, I believe, of the third quarter. No, I'm sorry, that was the first play of the fourth quarter, right? Because it says 12 minutes on the clock. So that must have been the first play. I didn't know the clock ran out.
Yeah,
we missed that.
Did we miss an agreement on a running clock?
No, there it goes.
Okay, because 3:37 showing, okay.
Yeah, it said, did you see that? It said 12 minutes.
It did. The question I had was, did we miss an agreement to have a running clock? Because we may be getting close to that area, but.
Or did I just black out and I didn't know it? That is a possibility.
So 3:37 to go, third quarter. Well, just it was the ghost in the machine from the Crandall scoreboard must have followed us here to Tomato Bowl.
Oh, that was crazy.
From last week. What an adventure that was.
So Jacksonville takes the penalty. They'll start at their 30 here.
And so McCowan going to set now, climb the pocket, and throw across the middle.
It's McEwen. Who else?
It's caught by Devin McEwen, but
with his gold shoes.
Yeah, he had to go down into the middle of a gauntlet there as he was going across the middle.
I think his shoes are blue and the bottom of them are gold. And he's been golden for Jacksonville to not catching the football. How many catches does Devin McEwen have, Todd, when you get a chance to cue that up after this play?
As he picks up the Bill McRae Ford first down. And right back to work goes McCowan over the middle.
Come on.
Just incomplete.
Incomplete.
Looking again for McEwen.
You know, McEwen's getting a little bit tight, if you will. He was overstretching a minute ago, and you can see right there after he came up, he kind of was bent over with his legs stretched. Got to be really careful right now. That's why he was cramping up last week with that dehydration. Got to watch that. Second down, 10 after the incompletion. Ball at the 48 of Jacksonville.
McCown takes a shotgun snap, looks right, throws, a little out route, got his man.
Taylor.
Nice short gain from Taylor.
Maybe Taylor's first catch.
I believe it is.
I mean, last week he had 2 touchdown catches and a couple of others that were highlight reel catches, and tonight he has just been off. Had a couple of drops, and maybe he can kind of get in the swing of things the last 3 minutes of this third quarter and the fourth quarter. Finish strong. I mean, come on. Let's play hard and finish strong.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Fightin Indians. After Taylor's first reception is McCown under some pressure, but back up into the pocket. Nice job again finding McEwen. And a big Bill McRae Ford first down inside the Palestine 25.
And once again, it's the footwork of Ryan McCown stepping up into the pocket when things collapsed, gave himself some space, and he short-armed it. He didn't really have time to really just kind of get his feet set and get a nice get-over-the-top type throw. He just kind of short-armed it out there. Perfect pass, and McEwen checks out. As I told you, he's kind of starting to tighten up a little bit. He'll get a break here, and Skylar Whitaker will check in. First down, Jacksonville, the 24.
2 Indian receivers each way. Ball on the right hash for McCown. He looks right, throws to his inside receiver, just incomplete. Looking over there for Mallard.
Golly, that's 4 or maybe 5 drops tonight by guys that normally do not drop the football. And they didn't last week, and it you know, I don't know.
As Scott Van Pelt would have said on Sports Center back in the day, Isaiah Mallard, normally good.
That's right.
So McCowan going to load up and let this one fly into the back of the end zone, and just incomplete.
Got to lay up on that just a little bit. Give your receiver some space to work in that short end zone back there that, you know, when they first built Tomato Bowl and they first redid it, I was a little shocked. I'll never forget, I called Randy McCown and I said, have you been to Tomato Bowl and looked at the wall? And he went, yeah, I did. Oh, man. We had no idea it was going to be that close to that end line out there, but, of course, they put the padding up and covered it up. That was pretty scary. As Spoon, as we call him, Calvin Bryant, was pretty close to those steps. So here we are in the Wildcat. Isaiah Mallard to take the snap.
3rd down and 10, empty backfield. So look for Mallard to run out of this look, and he will try to do that straight up the middle, and he'll move the pile a little bit, but certainly not the way you drew it up.
Number 5, Isaiah Mallard, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I thought that Mallard was going to kind of run toward the line of scrimmage and pull up and throw the football. He did that some in practice this week, but it's his call. I mean, he looks to see if anybody's there. That time he looked like he was trying to pull the ball, or going to pull the ball up, and then he just tucked it, thought he saw something. 4th down, 8 to go, and clearly Jacksonville going for it here at the 22 of Palestine on 4th and 8.
Yeah, down under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jacksonville needing a score for pride and momentum's sake, and McCowan delivers. Touchdown, Indians.
Just a little out and up by Devin McEwen as McCowan throws it in the gap and gets it for the score from 22 yards. Devin McEwen from Ryan McCowan.
This touchdown celebration is sponsored by
What a nice throw and ball fake. McCown did a little pump fake, corner bites. Safety can't get back over the top, creates a gap. Boom! McCown delivers the ball in the end zone for the score. Here's Bagheera out of the hole of McCowan.
The extra point attempt brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty is up and
way off.
Just off the mark.
Just a bit
outside. 1:29 to go. Third quarter. Score now, Palestine 44, Jacksonville 20. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
And we are back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Palestine leading the Fightin' Indians by a score of 44-20, but with another impressive Fightin' Indians scoring drive summary. Here's Todd Travis. Todd?
It was an 8-play drive, covered 70 yards, finishing with the touchdown pass, making the score Indians 20, Wildcats 44.
And Ryan McCowan doing Ryan McCowan things again, Matt.
Well, again, it's his footwork, and we already know that he can throw the ball well, but there's one of the most underrated techniques that a quarterback has, or that people look at, is their footwork. Now, people talk about the big arm, and he can throw it far and hard and all that. Hey, if you move your feet and get your body in a position, you don't have to have a rocket arm. You don't have to have that big gun that's attached to your shoulders. Now, Ryan McCown has one of those. He can throw with the best of them. But it's his footwork, guys, putting himself in a position and letting his receivers develop their routes like McEwen did so well right there for the score.
So Palestine right back to work. The handoff is to Dudley as he makes his way around the right end for some yardage.
Number 23.
Still too much. And
the ball carrier.
Boy, I tell you, Jacksonville's going to need a couple of big stops here as we get closer to that fourth quarter. I mean, there's a first down right there. I mean, it's like you got to get a turnover, then you got to get another turnover, and you got to score, obviously, in those turnovers. And Palestine is just having their way with Jacksonville.
We go under 1 minute to go here, third quarter. Palestine obviously will not get in a hurry for the rest of the evening. And so the pitch this time goes to the left side. Jacksonville all over this one in the backfield. You hear Matt calling out for the defense to strip it, and not able to do that, but boy, did they bottle that play up, Matt.
Yeah, Kobe Taylor on the pitch. What a nice play by Xavier Kendrick. And Bearden coming up. It was actually Bearden first and Kendrick finishing them off. And, well, you love to see your corners come up like that and make plays. But on second and long here, this is where you really have to be wary if you're a corner. You're coming up tight, you make a tackle like that, that guy's going to give you a step and they're going to throw deep. You got to be wary of that. They're going to let this clock run out.
That will end the third quarter as the train goes by in the north end zone. And after 3 quarters of play, the score, Palestine 44, Jacksonville 20 here at the historic Tomato Bowl. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see some work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl.
And we are back.
Yeah.
Tomato Bowl in downtown Jacksonville as the fourth quarter gets underway.
Nice stop by Jacksonville right there.
The ball carriers.
Yeah. Who is that? Let me spot that right there.
McCullough with the tackle.
Yeah. It was Rolando Munoz for Jacksonville. Haven't called his name very much tonight, number 8. Getting in there and wrapping up.
Down and 11.
Nice job. 3rd down 11. Passing down for Palestine, something that they haven't done a lot tonight.
They haven't had to.
No, why would you? You want that clock to roll here.
This time Walker going to set his feet and throw. Got a man. And he's got first down yardage. How about yardage after the catch and after contact?
It's Kobe Taylor again. Boy, Jacksonville's so close to picking that off right there. And it was Munoz who skied in the air, and the ball just went over his fingertips. The Wildcats make the catch, and they get that first down on 3rd down and 11. That's a tough conversion to swallow there.
So the Wildcats down to the Jacksonville 40-yard line. Taking their time bringing in the play. And whistles blow this one dead.
Timeout, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville going to reset the defense, so we'll take the timeout with them. You're listening to Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Ben Peacock, proud principal of Jacksonville High School. On behalf of the awesome students and staff members at JHS, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. From exceptional academics to a robust catalog of extracurricular programs, our campus provides a truly impressive array of opportunities for all Jacksonville students. For more information about Jacksonville High School, please visit jisd.org.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 10:36 to go in regulation. Palestine leading Jacksonville by a score of 44-20, and first down from the 40 for the Wildcats, running left side, first down yardage over there. And Matt, the Wildcat offense has been the story of the game, but the story of the Jacksonville offense, Devin McEwen, how about his numbers?
14 catches for 215 yards. That is a school record for the number of catches in a ball game. Breaks Chris Carpenter's record back in 2017 or 2019 when he had 11 catches over in Palestine. And tonight here, Devin McEwen catches 14. Unbelievable.
So now first down again for the Wildcats. Straight up the middle they go. And just like that, back into the Jacksonville red zone.
Well, too bad Devin McEwen's not out on defense to catch these running backs, because they are just running through Jacksonville's defense like water.
Second down and a
long. A lot of work that Jacksonville needs to do defensively before district play. They got one more warm-up game. Next week we'll be on the road at Lions Stadium in Henderson to take on the Lions, who were getting spanked tonight by the number 2 state-ranked Gilmer Buckeyes in Gilmer. So Palestine now looking at second down, 2 to go.
Pitch this time, straight up the middle, good for first down yardage.
Nice tackle by Xavier Kendrick, sophomore for Jacksonville, making the tackle.
As it's Ty Crawford who moves the chains that time, and as we talked about earlier in the ball game, they've got multiple cats, no pun intended, that can run the ball.
I mean, they're just loaded. But I got to tell you, I mean, they got a lot of guys that can run the ball, but you know why?
They got offensive line that looks like they could play at Alabama.
I mean, Aaron, let's face it. I mean, I think I could pick up maybe 80 yards in this game running behind that line. They're unbelievable.
Handoff this time. And again, straight ahead.
I mean, last week,
yards.
Excuse me, Aaron, I was going to say last week Crandall's offensive line was pretty impressive, and Jacksonville got pushed back a little bit, and then they adjusted. Tonight, the Jacksonville's not adjusted at all on that defensive front. And what I mean by adjusted, I mean they haven't made any changes to where they're keeping Palestine from knocking them off the ball every snap about a yard or 2 yards off the ball. It is a leverage type of offensive line where they get underneath your pads and they shove you back.
Dudley in the backfield with Walker. This time they'll misdirection play, and it's Germany Walker, and he's in.
Keelan McCullough for Jacksonville came so close to blowing up that play before the score. He had his arms around the quarterback Walker right when he made the handoff. Nevertheless, the other Walker, Germany Walker, gets in for the score as Jacksonville has given up 50 points for the second week in a row.
With 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yes.
Luke James on to attempt the extra point, brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. It's up and good. So 8:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Our score now, Palestine 51, Jacksonville 20. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Huber Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Huber Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business. Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we are back, 8:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Palestine all over Jacksonville by a score of 51-20 with another Palestine scoring drive summary. I'm really getting tired of saying that, and it's not your fault, Todd, but here's Todd Travis.
It was a 9-play drive, covered 64 yards, ending with a touchdown, putting Palestine up 51-20.
2 weeks in a row, 51. Still with 8:14 to go, though.
And the kickoff this time will, again, bounce in the end zone for a touchback. So Luke James continues his impressive night, and he had the 42-yard field goal to go with it.
I guess the only thing that's really kept my interest right now in this ball game is it's waning. Devin McEwen has a chance, incredibly, with 8:14. You know Jacksonville's going to throw the ball. Does he have a chance maybe at 20 catches?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Think about that. 20? He's got 14 right now.
So Jacksonville back to work on the 25 after the touchback. Two receivers left, one right, one H-back. On the right is Ryan Walker. And McCown looks right, throws.
Walker.
And he's got Walker for about 3 or 4.
I mean, Chuck Norris would be proud of all the Walkers in this game, you know. Do y'all know who Chuck Norris is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Well, that's the second Walker Texas Ranger reference tonight. But
gotcha. You did that a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
.744 and counting. Jacksonville looking to make this a little more respectable. The toss is to Mallard, and he is popped almost immediately.
So JT Johnson getting the play from offensive coordinator Josh Moore checking into the game now, probably for Mallard. Here he comes out. So 3rd and 7. for Jacksonville.
Two receivers on the right, two on the left for the Indians this time. McCowan sets his feet, throws deep, one-on-one on the right side, incomplete.
Looking for Calvin, I believe. Calvin Bryant. Is that who that is?
That is Bryant.
Yep. Trying to get him the deep ball. Bryant's been shut out tonight, and that's kind of shocking to me. I mean, he had a great week of practice catching the ball, and I don't know. I mean, who knows when the lights come on, sometimes these things happen.
Had a penalty on that one, roughing the passer.
Yep. Teed off on Ryan there.
Yeah, second time tonight that McCowan has taken a shot, and the Indians have gotten extra yardage as a result. So that'll move the ball all the way up to the Jacksonville 43.
Throw it to Devin.
Two receivers on the left side, one on the right. McCowan climbs up into the pocket, sets, throws, deep ball. There's McEwen. He's got it.
He's got it.
And he's down.
Oh, my goodness.
Inside the 15-yard line.
And they got a flag. They interfered with Devin McEwen, and he still caught the football.
Catch number 15.
That's 15 catches. Unbelievable. And that puts his yardage around, what, 260? This is getting crazy.
Check that for us if you would. Todd, as the Bill McRae Ford first down moves the Fightin Indians all the way down inside the Palestine 15-yard line. Check that they'll spot them actually right at the 15. With 6.5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Two receivers right, one left for the Indians. Mallard,
blitz.
Check that, Johnson is the back. He gets the handoff, and he's got a little room to run. Can he make a man miss? He's at the 5, he spins. He's in. Touchdown,
J.T. Johnson. From 15 yards out, the senior. You know, Johnson just kind of disappeared last week because Mallard had such a great game. And, you know, in the scrimmage against Bullard, boy, J.T. Johnson was he played great. Of course, Mallard, they didn't play, and they were saving him. But, man, I mean, I've watched J.T. in practice, and he can go. And you saw that kind of run right there. I think we're going to see a little bit more of J.T. Johnson.
So Aaron Bergara in to take the extra point attempt, brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. The kick is up and good. So 6:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Our score now, Palestine 51, Jacksonville 27. We'll take a short break and come back for more Fightin Indian football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
We're back. And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl. 6:14 to go, fourth quarter. Todd Travis was just giving us an updated stat line rundown on Devin McEwen. Todd, can you give that to us again?
15 catches for 259 yards.
Wow.
I knew he had to be right at 260 on that last one, and this is crazy. I mean, unbelievable. Now, you got to believe you're going to have an onside kick here. Wayne Coleman is down here by me. I don't know what he's doing. See him down here? Look.
And so Bergara going to try to, well, he's going to kick this one deep on the near side. It'll bounce once and be fielded cleanly there. Lots of room to run for the return man as he cuts it all the way back to the left side of the field and out over the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
So I'm standing at the 15 down here on the far left on the Palestine goal line end, and Wayne Coleman comes running down here to about the 10-yard line, and he's telling his young sophomore kicker, Jordan Cabrera, to kick it right here toward me. And he did. It was a great kickoff. He went over the head. It got the good Sunday hop. But that was almost kicked in no man's land for Palestine. He just got the ball bounced right back up to him, and he was able to return it. Kobe Taylor. So here's Palestine now. First down to their own 40, excuse me, new quarterback.
The handoff this time, left side running. Jacksonville goes for the strip.
Fumble.
The ball is out.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Who got it?
And we'll see if we get a signal here.
Wait.
Appears Palestine may have been back on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they called him down. They did. Good spot, Todd. And not necessarily a great call, if you ask me, but that was the call.
Huh. Couldn't tell from my angle if Jacksonville did strip it out before his knee hit the ground, but sure looked good.
5:42 and counting.
Fans, stay with us. We'll be announcing our Bone Crusher hit of the game, sponsored by Dar Chiropractic. Jacksonville's play of the game, sponsored by Congratulations. And the offensive and defensive players of the game for Jacksonville, sponsored by Austin Bank.
Palestine just going to go straight ahead here and move the pile, and still moving the pile inside the Jacksonville 45 all the way down to the 41.
Well, you got two 300-pound, 280, 270, give or take a couple of cheeseburgers, pushing him down the field about 8 yards. And that's legal. I mean, just the offensive line, they just push him, and he keeps his feet, which tells me, go low, cut him. I don't know why kids don't want to do that anymore.
So all the way down to the Jacksonville 41.
Number 11, Hudson Deere was the ball carrier. Tackle made by a host of Indians.
As Hudson Deere, it's his first touch of the night for the Wildcats as they're emptying out the bench. The pitch this time is to Kobe Taylor. He bursts around the left end, and he's got first down yardage.
Well, they just keep running at you. They have 4 different running backs tonight, does Palestine, and each one of them brings something just a little bit different. I mean, the guy that really carried Palestine in the first half, Elijah Walker, I mean, the sophomore, we haven't seen him in the second half much.
Yeah, haven't really had to.
I mean, no, they don't need him. They're saving him, I'm sure, and letting the other guys, tote the water bucket there, and that's what they're doing. Clock stops with no turns back on, 4:06 and counting in this fourth quarter. This score is almost similar to the Crandall score. Jacksonville had 36 last week instead of 27, but doesn't feel like it.
It does not. I was just about to say it.
I mean,
exact same thing.
Totally
Matt.
Different feel.
Procedure against the Wildcats on this one. But yes, absolutely. I mean, you're not that far off in terms of the score, but in terms of the way momentum has gone in this game, Jacksonville has just not had it at all. And there were times in Crandall, especially at the beginning of the second half last week, where Jacksonville was able to wrestle momentum away, and you sort of had that feeling. But you've not had that tonight.
No, you haven't. And a lot of that has to do with the number of points that Jacksonville spotted Palestine to start the game. I mean, they were only down 16-0 to Crandall before they scored. Gosh, what were they down? 28-0, 27-0 before they scored here.
That's right. Handoff this time, not much doing.
Jacksonville wraps up nicely there, and Taylor goes down for Palestine. Coda Kennedy with a tackle. So Palestine taking their time as the play clock down to 25, and I'm sure they'll just milk this thing down as much as possible. Scoot back down 79, head west, and break that 2-game losing streak to Jacksonville. The Fighting Indians have won the last 2.
Pitch this time is to Kobe Taylor again, and he's got first down yardage, but a flag comes in around the edge. So possibly a hold. At least I'm pretty sure I saw a flag fly. Yeah, there's a little laundry on the field.
Let's see the call here by the official. It is the hold. Good call, Aaron. I think it was Coda Kennedy of Jacksonville getting held. As he stood up with his hands out like, hey, y'all going to call that? Well, they did. New players in the lineup for Jacksonville. Matthew Blankenship, the senior. Just a great program player is Matthew. He's out on the field at the DL position.
Final from over in Crockett tonight. Rusk 47, Crockett 21. So big win for the Eagles.
Uh-oh.
This time,
yeah,
Indians pursue.
Good tackle by Coda Kennedy.
Tackle made there, Kennedy, as he's getting his name called for the first few times on this drive.
Hudson Deere is the one of those sophomores that, one of the 4 sophomores on the Palestine varsity. He's in at quarterback, and that was him right there on the botched play. Trying to make something out of it. Had some wheels there, but Coda Kennedy of Jacksonville had just a little bit quicker speed there. Big loss in the play. Third down and Rusk here for Palestine. See, it's 3rd and Rusk that way, Aaron. If it's the other way, I'm going to say 3rd and Bullard.
There you go. I'm with you. Little geography. Jacksonville needs to find some contain here, and they do. So bring up a 4th down for the Wildcats.
So 4th down as the clock goes under 50 seconds.
So 4th and Dairy Queen, we'll say.
Stay with us. We'll have our post-game. I'm asleep. Post-game interview sponsored by All Smiles with head coach Wayne Coleman, and then we'll hand out our individual game awards. Got a flag down on Palestine. Running back move right there, number 7. That's Fabian Marquez jumping. And that'll stop the clock.
With 26 seconds.
Man, if this was a Western and this game was a horse, you know what you would do. What?
Clock turned back on, so that'll probably do it.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, that's it. They don't have to snap it.
And so that's how it ends. Palestine 51, Jacksonville 27. The Indians look to regroup this week before the final non-district tune-up when they head to Henderson next week to take on the Lions. But tonight, in the Highway 79 rivalry, Palestine walks away with a big win, and Jacksonville will be looking again next week to secure the feathers before heading into district play.
There's a lot of work to do for this Jacksonville football team, and you know, Wayne Coleman said, you heard him saying smoke signals, and I quoted what he said, that the biggest improvement that teams make is between week 1 and week 2. Well, I think tonight showed that Jacksonville actually took a step back. And even though the score differential was, as we said, quite similar to last week, this game was nowhere near as close as last week's game, even though Jacksonville lost that one 51-36. This one was just out of control. Felt like, guys, it felt like it was out of control by the end of the first quarter.
And so the teams going through the traditional handshake line at midfield, and Then head coach Wayne Coleman will have a talk with his players before we'll send it back down to you, Matt, in just a few moments to get the All Smiles post-game interview here.
Yeah, Wayne Coleman will speak to his team, and then we'll get him with that here in just a moment. We can go into our much talked about during the break post-game individual awards. I don't think there's any question that the Jacksonville Offensive Player of the Game, as great as Ryan McCown moved in the pocket through the football, just you don't have many ball games, guys, where you get to witness a individual record, and that's what we saw tonight with Devin McEwen, 15 catches, 259 yards. I mean, I don't know if that's the yardage record, but is the number of catches record. Breaks Chris Carpenter's catch record of 11 from 2019 over in Palestine. And the Offensive Player of the Game, sponsored by Austin Bank, your community bank, locally owned and operated since 1900, is Devin McEwen. The Defensive Player of the Game, this guy made tackles, and again, it was a tough night for the defense, but Darian Hinton is the Defensive Player of the Game, sponsored by All Smiles. The play of the game. The play of the game is the touchdown from Ryan McCown to Devin McEwen.
Hey, Matt, I'm sorry. I'm gonna jump in here. Defensive Player of the Game brought to you, of course, by Austin Bank as well.
Did I say what
you
I
said? All Smiles.
Oh,
that's
thank
all right.
you.
Just wanted to
Austin Bank.
Make
Thank
sure
you.
that all of our
all
of our sponsors get their recognition. We
I
do
appreciate that.
it.
Austin
Sorry
Bank.
about that. Go ahead.
No,
Matt.
Austin Bank, they sponsor our offensive and defensive players of the game. You know, the broadcast guy's not having a good game. See, I mean, I'm just off tonight. So the play of the game, back to that, it was I believe it was, 19 yards, Ryan McCown down here in the south end zone on that little out and up where Ryan McCown stepped up in the pocket, delivered a perfect strike. That is the play of the game, sponsored by Congratulations. Not only does Congratulations provide the play of the game each week, but they have just a ton of their work displayed all over Tomato Bowl. Congratulations is your hometown awards store and so much more. We appreciate them. Now, for the hard one, the bone crusher hit of the game. I'm going to call on my broadcasting partners to help me with the Dark Chiropractic bone crusher hit of the game.
Well,
I mean,
I've got to be honest with you. The hardest hit we saw, and I don't know that we can do this, but the hardest hit we saw was on a penalty. Was when Cash Bearden, there was a fair catch called for, and Cash Bearden didn't quite pull up. Now, I will say this, Darian Hinton, with all those tackles, he made some good contact.
He did.
I'm hard pressed to say that he decleated anybody, but you know, if you get hit by Darian Hinton, you're pretty much going to know it.
It's a tough night when you struggle finding a bone crusher hit of the game. You gave up 51 points, where they had 27 in the first quarter, and it was just a tough night for Jacksonville defensively. They just didn't seem to be in position to make any big hits, but I got to agree with you. We're going with Cash Bearden. Even though it was penalized, it was the bone crusher hit of the game. He got the flag, but he gets the award.
Okay, Matt, as long as you're making that call. I'm
going to make the call.
Yeah, that's fine. It was a big hit.
I doubt I'm going to get any kickback from that.
Yeah, you just got to say it was a big hit.
Send all your letters. What's your address, Aaron? Your email address?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just one of those nights you want to get out here and go home. And again, the Indians have not won a game. They don't get to feather the helmets tonight. And they got to go on the road next week to play a Henderson team that scored 48 points last week against Hallsville, so they can score. Tonight, not so much. Last I looked, they were getting beat 48-12 by Gilmer, but of course Gilmer's ranked number 2 in Class 4A Division 2, or is it Division 1? Either one. They're good. So next week, Henderson Lions will be heading over. So Wayne Coleman's still talking to his team. We'll get his comments in a minute. But like I said, we were talking before the game, guys, about the tough week that they had at practice and how are they going to react. Maybe that would be a good thing. It really wasn't. We were wrong. We were opposite of that one. So Wayne Coleman now comes over to join me in the All Smiles post-game interview. Coach, Mama said there'd be days like this. You spotted them 27 in the first quarter, I believe, and, man, that's hard to overcome. You know, we were talking about the score was not very much different than last week's loss. The game felt totally different, though.
Oh, when you can't keep a team from running the ball up your tail, then it's very demoralizing. They've got a great offense. They do a great job with it. We won't see that offense again this year.
No.
I mean, we won't see that offense until we play them again next year. Yeah. So it's one of those deals you got to get ready for in a week. We weren't ready for it in the first quarter.
And offensively, Coach, you know, some drops. They did a nice job stopping Isaiah. And then you kind of started getting a little bit of momentum in the second half. And I got to tell you, Devin McEwen set a school record tonight. He had 15 catches for 259. A Jacksonville receiver's never done that before. I hate he did it on a night where Jacksonville didn't get the win. Broke Chris Carpenter's record, which was against Palestine in 2019. But offensively, what are your thoughts about how your team performed?
I thought that we got a lot of kids experience tonight that haven't had it. We've got guys touching the ball. Skylar Whitaker made a great play. Ryan Walker caught a touchdown pass. I mean, he's a dang sophomore that nobody thought he would be in this position making these plays. And we had a bunch of sophomores make plays, and I was very pleased with Xavier on defense. He played a great game. It's just getting these young kids experience and getting them, and it's hard for them to understand. And it's hard for me sometimes in the moment to understand because you hate losing. But in this moment, I'm watching young players make plays, and I get excited about the fact that we've got 2 more weeks before we got district coming our way. And we got to get these kids ready by then. So every time one of those young kids makes a play, I get excited.
It was a tough week of practice. I mean, it was hot. You know, it was just a tough week. We don't have to go into why and how and all that kind of stuff. I'm just, you know, like I said, Devin didn't even practice this week. I mean, he couldn't. And look what kind of game he had. So that's promising. You had some players that didn't get involved in the offense tonight, like, you know, Jermaine and Calvin. They just didn't ever get really involved. And that was a situation there. You did get some turnovers, but you also had 3 yourself tonight.
Yeah, it just sometimes the ball finds you and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, last week it got spread out everywhere, and you know, when Ryan's trying to make plays with his feet and scramble, you don't know where the ball's going to go. But those kids, I mean, on those routes, I mean, they played great man coverage defense. I got to hand it to them on that. We didn't get very much, even when Devin was making plays. There wasn't very much separation.
No, there was not. Coach, you go to Henderson next week. They got thumped tonight by Gilmer, which was kind of expected, but they played Hallsville in week 1 and beat them 48-47. They can score some points. Getting ready for Henderson next week before that bye week and district starts after that with Hallsville coming here. What do you want to try to get done this week? I mean, there were so many things tonight that need work and everybody can see it.
I think, you know, getting our defense back into a base look and being able to play against the spread offense our kids will be more comfortable. And I think keep getting better in special teams. We did do better in a lot of the areas of the special teams this week. We've got to keep grinding on that. We're still looking for our identity on offense a little bit. We played a little more tight end offense tonight just to see how we would look in it. So we're still trying to find ourselves there.
Coach, thanks. We'll talk to you this week.
Thanks, Matt.
Head Coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles post-game report. Guys, I'm going to throw it back up to you as I look in the right camera.
Thanks, Matt. And we will bring Todd back in. And, Todd, we will run down our post-game stats. Of course, post-game stats also brought to you by Randy Gorham, your hometown CPA. He's been your hometown CPA since the 1980s. And, of course, Randy also serves as the mayor of Jacksonville. So we thank him for sponsoring the stats all year, even when they're ugly. Todd.
Jacksonville finished the game tonight 55 plays, 372 yards. We had 322 yards passing, 50 yards rushing. Individual stats tonight, quarterback Ryan McCowan had 23 completions on 34 attempts for 322 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's promising. Another solid week for him.
Another good week. And receiving, Devin McEwen, 15 catches for 259 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Mallard had 3 catches for 27. Skylar Whitaker, 1 catch for 18. Ryan Walker, 3 catches for 14 and the touchdown. And Jermaine Taylor, 1 for 4. Rushing, Isaiah Mallard, 11 carries for 42 yards, and J.T. Johnson, 4 carries for 22.
And J.T. had the score as well.
He did. Isaiah and J.T. had a touchdown.
Yeah, there you go. So good to see those guys getting into the end zone, although the yardage not quite where you would have liked it to be. Certainly with Isaiah, not quite where it was against Crandall last week, but of course, a different game as we talked about. Even though the score not that different, the feel of the game, the time of possession, all that a little bit different, and obviously that's gonna show up in some reduced yardage for guys that are gonna touch the ball most like Mallard.
And we didn't run much in the second half since we were so far behind.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Trying to move the ball, we just were throwing,
right.
and we were having some success throwing the
That's
ball.
That's right.
So
absolutely.
Just stay with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just not quite there on a number of fronts tonight for Jacksonville. But again, Ryan McCowan with an encouraging night in terms of his numbers. Obviously, had the interception, which was able to avoid last week any turnovers. But the numbers are right there. Devin McEwen, though, the story obviously of the night. The
fantastic
15 catches, 259 in the score. As we've mentioned, a new Jacksonville single game record for receptions, and all that is well and good. But if you ask anybody, who's a team player and a leader as Devin is, he would probably tell you he'd trade some of those catches for a win.
For a win,
to spread things out a little bit. But it is a great individual achievement. We are proud of him. Glad that we got to experience that and get to just see him showcase his talents, especially after the tough week that he had in terms of practice. So, just real quick, Todd, if you would, let's run through the Palestine stats.
Palestine had 503 total yards of offense with 80 yards passing and 423 yards rushing.
So they don't need balance, really. I mean, that's not even a concern for those guys.
No, it looked like a few times they were just throwing it to be doing it. Let's get a little practice in.
Yeah,
here.
just to remember what it was like. Yeah, exactly. How about some of their individual leaders?
I've got the leading rusher, and I didn't get names. Number 22, 15 carries for 184.
That would have been Elijah Walker.
Yep. And 23.
Yeah, that's 23 is Shedrick Dudley. He's the junior.
Had 10 carries for 76 yards.
Okay.
But I may have got confused because they had 21, 22, and 23 at running back at different times.
They did.
It was hard to tell which one was carrying the ball.
They would cycle those guys in and out and just just keep the offense rolling. But, yeah, they had Ty Crawford as 21. 22 was Elijah Walker. 23 was Shedrick Dudley. And then, of course, they
also had 3, 5, and 8.
Yeah, 3 was Germany Walker. I know he had at least one score. And then you had Kobe Taylor, number 5, who featured all night. And then Jared Walker, of course, the quarterback, featured in the run game and threw a couple passes just for the heck of it. That was certainly not their focus tonight. Didn't need to be, as they come away with the big win. So Jacksonville falls to 0-2 on the season. We'll head to Henderson's Lions Stadium next week at 7:30 for the final non-district tune-up of the year. Still looking for the feathers on the blue helmets as Jacksonville is in search of the first win of the season. But that will do it for tonight from the historic Tomato Bowl in downtown Jacksonville. For Todd Travis, Matt Montgomery, Ryan Travis, and everybody with the JHS Sports crew, this is Aaron Swink saying thanks for listening. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you in Henderson next week. Good night.